Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? I am doing just fine. I'm trying to make sure everything is set up so y'all can hear me correctly. All right. So today, oh, I see y'all on here. Y'all wanna know about this. All right. So let me make sure this volume is up on YouTube. Okay. All right, now we're ready. So, hey, everybody, welcome back to Kiki Loves Nigeria. Hey, thank y'all for coming right back out on Sunday evening. And some places, like where Lady London is, it's like night. So, thank you for spending your night, your evenings with us here at Kiki Loves Nigeria. Now, today, we're going to finish where we left off yesterday. Yesterday, we were talking about no, oh Lord. I'm sorry, we getting to her. We were talking about the love story of the passport granny, Daniel and Vonsetta. All right, we had looked at different research studies that talked about how Africans viewed these type of older women, younger man relationship, okay? And how they clearly told us flat out what the boundaries were. They said these relationships, although, society and the culture rejects these relationships, they told us that these relationships could indeed work, okay? And but there had to be certain things in place, and these things could not, there were non-negotiables. Okay, so they were non-negotiables. So they said if you don't have these non-negotiables in play, you will have problems in these type of relationships. All right, so we let me tell you what they were for the people who weren't here yesterday. It was mutual respect was the main one. They felt like you had to have mutual respect for each other. If you don't have that, then the relationship is not going to work. And he also, this was men and women, but I'm quoting the man right now, that he was saying that the man has to be the leader in the relationship, in the household. He has to be in charge of the household, or the relationship will never work. He also told us that these younger men don't take these relationships seriously. They just don't. He said these older women will take these relationships seriously, and they will invest a lot of time, emotions, and money into these relationships, when really these young men are just there to get what they can get, because these young men are economically disadvantaged. All right. And that was another thing he said, he pointed out that these men are economically disadvantaged, because if they were not economically disadvantaged, they probably would not be dating women who are 33 years their senior. Vonetta is 33 years older than Daniel. Okay. He argues that the only reason someone like Daniel would even give Vonsetta the time of day is because he's in a bad economic situation. So he feels like this is the reason that we see this going on in Africa. Okay. That we see all this going on in Africa is because of all of this. All right. That's why we see, because economics is the main culprit behind this. This is what he's saying. This is what the study was saying. This is what we talked about yesterday. So as we looked at these relationships, at Vonzetta's relationship, because we couldn't get to Kinza, wish she was a babe. We couldn't get to her because this is just so much information, and it's important that you understand this, because as I was researching these women, I'm realizing that they're sending out the message to other older women to come there and get them a young man also. Yes, get them someone who's young. This is grandson. 33 is grandson. We're not talking about, now see, that's something else. People are all in my comment section just being ignorant. And if you're just ignorant in the comment section, I'm just going to delete you at this point, okay? Because we've been going at this for too long for you just to come with ignorance, okay? So you still don't know the difference between an age gap relationship and passport granny. And if you don't know, why don't you just sit down and listen instead of trying to jump into an argument that you don't even know what point you're arguing? So people, we're not talking about age gap relationships. Again, we're not talking about a relationship where there is an age gap. We're talking about a relationship where there is a significant age gap, like this grandson age gap, 33 years, significant. All right. And we're also talking about there's criteria in place, right? You got to understand that. That's what the whole purpose of my channel is. So you can quit being ignorant and you can understand how to read for information. Okay. So that's why I'm doing this. Now, a passport granny, just like what these men said and these women in this study, you're going to know a passport granny because she's not going to mute. There's going to be no mutual respect in that relationship. She's going to emasculate him and she's going to objectify him. And I told you yesterday what objectify is, and I told you the other week what emasculation means. That means when she belittles you, she humiliates this man every chance she gets, especially in public, especially when someone is around. She tries to make this man feels like he is less than, knowingly or unknowingly, but this is what she does. And then she objectifies him, not only him, but his entire family. Family, friends, whatever. Even the country becomes objectified. Everything becomes something of a tool to get what I want, or a toy for me to seek some type of pleasure. That's a passport granny relationship. So when you come on here, you know, saying things, ignorant stuff, that just lets me know that you're ignorant. And quite frankly, I'm really busy at this point. All right. What am I doing now? I'm being blunt right now because I'm talking about myself. So I'm going to be blunt. Okay. I'm really busy. I'm a professional in real life. Okay. So I'm really busy. So I don't have time. And I try to maintain my YouTube channel, you know, in a professional way. So I try to respond to your messages. I try to keep you guys in the loop. I try to do all of that. So I don't have time for ignorant people. If you come on here and being ignorant, 9 times out of 10, I'm just going to not respond. I'm going to remove your comment and I'm going to block you. So if you don't want to get blocked, don't come on here being ignorant. It doesn't mean don't come and disagree. You can disagree, but you need to tell me, why do you say what you're saying? Like to say, oh, Kiki, something about Nigeria. Okay, what I say about Nigeria is wrong most of the time. But what you don't tell me what I'm even saying about Nigeria that is wrong. So if you come with comments like that are not factual and you just want to just do all that, you're going to get just blocked and deleted, because we talk about real stuff over here. What I'm talking about now can impact your life. Okay. It can all these, the women who were with these men in Gambia, none of them were with men who were their age. They were all with men who were younger than them. Every last one of them. So what I'm telling you is something that can impact your life. So I don't have time to play when I'm talking about people's lives. Okay? I don't want you to go to Africa and come back broke. I don't want you to go to Africa and don't come back at all. Or if you come back, your family has to go on GoFundMe and raise money to get you flown back here. I don't want that for you. We may laugh and we may joke, but what we're talking about is extremely serious. This is a problem. This is disrespecting the core of this culture, and we don't care. And how do you know we don't care? Because there's no outrage. There's no outrage. The men are outraged, But what do the women say? Oh, you're bashing them. But the women are not outraged, because if they were outraged, you would see more videos about this. You would see more people pointing this out to you and telling you this is not what you want to be. I don't care what you think ES and Vin Man are. That is not real. She told you to your face. She told us to our face. They make that up. They play characters on YouTube. It's not real. She told you that. So you're coming here trying to find you a Vin Man that's a character on YouTube and an ES, and you want to be ES, a character on YouTube, and you don't even know what goes on in their real life. In their real life, she's calling people, talking about he's assaulting her and begging them for money. That's what you want to go and do. That's what you want to go to Africa and do. That's your plan. That's your master plan. Because these people you're following, okay. Because that's what these people are you're following. That's what they're going to get you. That's what they're going to get you. And then guess what? You're going to either wind up, like I said, stuck there, living on the beach, like Emily told us. There's repats just living on the beach because they don't have any money, so they just live on the beach. Because what are they going to come back to here? They gave it all up to go to Africa. And what did Alan Watts say? If you have nothing here, you're sure going to have nothing there. You're sure going to have nothing there. So you sell everything. And these are, I'm not talking, men do it too. But I haven't got to the men because the women keep pulling me back. I'm sorry. But I do have stories about men that I want to tell you about, who this is affecting them also. But these women are in these groups. Like I suspect, again, what I suspected came true. I got real life verification out of ES's mouth. Or was it ES or was the other? If ES did, maybe ES. I'm sorry, ES. She didn't say that. She didn't say that. ES didn't say it. ES, I'm sorry, you didn't say that. Vonsetta said it. That they are in Facebook groups, okay? Meeting these men, encouraging these women to do this foolishness. And the grannies that's there, they're hosting them, telling them to come on down. Come on down. I guess they didn't look through Vonsetta's videos to see how it ended, because I'm going to show you how it ended. The land, I don't even know what happened to the land. She says she just going to leave it alone. So what does that mean? She going to give up on it? She don't talk about it no more. He don't talk about it. He ain't even on the channel no more. Now she's trying to convince y'all that it's normal that a lot of women don't have orgasms. Now that's her mission, to convince all of us that we have some sexual dysfunction like she do. Well, these people are not right. These people are not right. And see, you know, one thing you can tell, they did no research on YouTube, because YouTube tells you, you know, people are not interested in your life like that. So make your content about something, not you. Unless you're like Michael Jackson, Prince, Janet Jackson, somebody famous, yeah, maybe we're going to be interested in your life. But just a regular person like that, we're not interested in your life. We're not. The only interest people are having is because this is a mockery, and they know this is going to fall apart, and they can't wait for it to fall apart. And now that he's not in the videos, well, yeah, and you should hear him in the comment section. They're just telling her, laughing. No, he with his other family. That's where he at. Because see, this is what this is what, I don't even say the African man. This is what a black man is going to do. Well, if I say black man, you think black American. This is what, I don't know what to call them. Black men in general, okay? They're just going to leave. They're going to leave. They're not going to continue to fight with you. They're not going to continue to assert their manhood with you. They're not going to do that. They're going to leave. and let you be the leader in that castle all alone by yourself. And then you can call all the shots. That's what's going to happen to you. But are they telling y'all that? Are they telling y'all that female independence that you learn in the West is no good in Africa? It's no good. It's going to get you hurt over there. Do they tell you that? It's going to get you hurt. It's going to get you left. It's going to get you broke. Then what are you going to do? Come back and live with your kids? Do y'all know I would never want to live with my kids? Never. I would never want to be dependent on anyone. I don't care if it's my kids or anyone. I would never want that. Because I gave everything up to take it to Africa. And this is how ridiculous this is. This is how you know it's a spell, like ES said. Because how long in Ghana? I'm not sure. But someone said it was 50-something years that they leased that land for, and then it's over. And in Gambia, it's 21 to 31 years. I believe it's 21. Actually, 31 was if it would have been ratified, but it's actually 21 in Gambia. The law wasn't ratified, and the law at that point is 21 years. So that still stands. But people are still running to Gambia under the spell of accept me. I want to connect with Africa. And then once I'm there, they're going to take everything from us. They're going to take everything from you. ES told you what they were doing. You're going to be broke. Now, this is a passport, Granny, and they're doing it to these elderly women because, see, the elderly women, they usually have a little house, a property. They can sell that. They can get the little retirement check. They can come on over there. See, they're not scamming them just outright no more. The new scam is, I'm going to marry you. I'm going to be in a relationship with you until I take everything I can, then I'm gone. And that's what it is. And I'm going to slowly leave. I'm going to slowly creep out that door, but I'm going to be gone. So that's where we find Vonetta and Daniel. All right. Daniel, again, is 33 years younger than Vonsetta. And today we're going to pick up where we left off. Yesterday we left off, I believe they were talking about how they solve conflict and different things about communication. And we realized it really isn't communication, it is respect. And for some reason, they're obsessed with sex in their relationship. And that's another thing she needs to be suspicious of, because that's when they can do their magic. That's when they do their binding stuff, is doing the sex. So if you're going to do that with him, you need to be aware that he can be doing just like the Yahoo boys. Yeah, exactly what the Yahoo boys are doing. Because when he talked about sex, she just lit up. I'd never seen that before. I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed by her reaction. So see, that right there, that's a big problem also, because the only thing he's interested in is the sex and the money. Because he told us yesterday, that's all. This household is interested in the money. We're going to do whatever we need to do for the money. So what does that say about him? He's going to do whatever he needs to do for the money. For the money. Now, before we get started, let me share this fair use with you, because this is sad. These people have grown kids, grown children, grown sons, grown daughters, and they're over here just acting like I don't know what. And these kids, the people they're dating, are younger than their children. Don't you get it? It done dipped lower now. It done dipped lower. And I seen it with my own eyes here when I used to go to the Senegalese functions. I seen it with my own eyes. This little boy was about, I can't say that. I'm sorry. I mean young man, not literally young man. This young man was 18. He told me he was 18, but y'all, he looked much younger than 18 to me. He was married to a woman who was 30 years old. I said, well, what does your mom think about that? And he said, my mom is happy about that. I said, well, why would your mom be happy about that? He said, because now I can get my papers and I can stay in the United States. So see, it's just what the man said. It's all economics. It's all economics. Because the fact that this little boy, this young man, the fact that the young man could speak, he was from Senegal, and he could speak English, he could speak French, he could speak Wolof, and he could speak all three fluently. It let me know he came from a decent family. So I'm looking at him like, why would your decent family allow you to come here and engage in this? Like my friend's father told him, why would they let you come here to become a dog? But again, you got to remember, African culture, these are men. You don't tell them what to do. You can suggest, just like here. What can you do to your black sons? You can suggest, but you can't make them do nothing. It is the same thing with Africans. Once them boys reach a certain age, and like here we got to 18, there I believe it's like 15 that they start making their own decisions, and their mothers don't even tell them what to do. At 12, you don't discipline them anymore. Now that's some ethnic groups, it's not all. I can't speak for all right? But in general, by that 16, you're 15, 16, no, you're not telling them what to do. So she probably can't tell him what to do. So I've seen this with my own eyes. And again, I told you I've been impacted by it when I go to West Africa. That's why I'm so bothered by it, because I couldn't figure out why these young men felt so comfortable, like checking you out. I didn't understand that, because like I told you, I've been to Africa 12 times. 12 times. I'm planning my 13th trip, but I've never been through this before until recently. This is a recent phenomenon. This is just now happening in time, in real time. What we're talking about is occurring in real time. Real time. There's nothing out there about this except what we're putting together. And we know this is socially unacceptable. We know this is culturally unacceptable on both sides. On both sides of the fence. Black Americans don't accept it, and West Africans don't accept it. And again, the main reason you can't have children, okay, that's the main reason. But that ain't the only reason, because they can always get another wife, so they're not going to count you out for that. They're not going to count you out for that. They're going to count you out if the age difference is enough to be the grandson, because that's obscene. Number three, I don't know if that's 2 or 3. They're going to count you out if you have bad character. Because remember what I told you, what Islam says about the age difference. They say nothing about it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's the culture and the society that decides if this is acceptable and if this is not acceptable. And we've decided this is not acceptable. This is borderline obscene, and the P word, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Because this woman said, "Oh, I don't talk to anybody, Vonsetta. I don't talk to anybody 18 or 19." But you talk to people in their 20s. You talk to people who are 33 years younger than you. And then not only that, this is what I'm telling you. They're emasculating them. They're emasculating them, and they're objectifying them. And as a woman, you owe that more to your society. You're supposed to be a nurturer. You're supposed to be someone who helps people grow, who helps people develop. Not use them for your own gratification. Your whatever weird gratification you have going on in your head with these young men. Because she told us she likes young men. Vonsetta told us she likes young men. She don't like old men. So this 33 age difference didn't mean anything to her. So that's why I got to show you these videos, because I can't, when I have to tell you what they say, I have to paraphrase. Okay, and when you paraphrase, you can't exactly get it the way they said it. I want you to see the way she says it. I want you to see the interactions, how this is not real. I don't want you to be in this situation. So the best way for me to help you help yourself not get in this situation is by showing you the videos of people who are in this situation. Okay, so you can see what no affection looks like, because you might not notice it. But now I'm showing you, if you're hugging all on this man and he just sitting there with his hands folded and he's pulling away, that means he doesn't want you to hug him. And that public displays of affection, he would tell you, we don't do that. We don't do that. You can't, you got to calm that down a little bit. All of that's too much. That makes you look bad as a woman. It makes you look lustful. You don't want to be, as a woman, appear lustful, especially in Africa. But why isn't he telling her this? He's on here telling us about our advice. He's giving us advice about how to be in relationships. Why isn't he telling his own wife how to be an African lady? The kind he like. The kind that cook, because he said it. He want to come home to some food. But he can't, because she don't know how to cook his food. But she does know how to talk about making X-rated films with them. She does know how to talk about that. Adult movies. She does know how to talk about that. But she does not know how to cook what this man wants to eat. Now think about that. That's why I have to use these videos to show you, because like my grandma told me, always said, honey, I can show you better than I can tell you. So that's why I have to use these videos. And again, this is fair use because I'm using them for educational, research, and criticism. I'm using them for that purpose. All right. And did I say research? So let me put this up here so y'all can see who we are talking about in case you missed it yesterday. Let's go over here, because this is just, I found this extremely disturbing. I just really did. I'm not going to play the audio, but this is Daniel and, hold on. This is Daniel and Vonsetta. Daniel is 33 years younger than Vonsetta. They met. He's a dog groomer, not a groomer. What is it? A dog trainer. They met when she called to get her dog trained. So they met when he came to train her dog, to see about how much it would cost to train her dog. Well, she said on the phone, she could tell, I guess he was flirting with her. She could tell he liked her. So she thought he wasn't going to charge her for the visit because he liked her. But indeed, he did charge her for the visit. All right. So in my opinion, that was a sign right there that this relationship was going to be about money. That this relationship was going to be about what I can get from you. Because after that, he proceeded to try to talk to her, and he succeeded. He said it was difficult. He didn't describe what difficult was. That means different things to different people. But he said it was difficult, but they ended up getting together. I believe they got married in February of 2023. I think it was sometime in 2023. They got married. They've been married maybe a year now. And she's probably been there probably about a little over a year. And we stopped at this point. We were really getting to know the couple. And we were really seeing that these people have a problem with mutual respect. And that mutual respect is going to cause all type of issues in their relationship, just like the survey said. So today we're going to pick up where we left off. And like I said, for Vonsetta, things just went from bad to worse. Because we could tell, you got to learn how to read body language, people. Because, again, what my grandma taught me, a man will tell you anything. He'll tell you anything if he wants something from you. If you have something he wants, he's going to tell you whatever you want to hear to get it from you. So this man is going to tell you what you want to hear, but you got to pay attention to how he treats you. All right. Those are the things you got. And I ain't talking about having sex with you. I'm not talking about being intimate with you, because anybody can do that. But I'm talking about affection. Like when you two sitting in the house, sitting on the couch, do you sit there? Does he grab your hand and hold your hand? Does he do little stuff like that? Does he just put his arm around you when you're sitting together? But he respects you enough not to embarrass you with all that stuff she was doing in public. Because that's not acceptable in their culture. So these are the things that we're seeing, the affection, the mutual respect, how Vonsetta is clearly in charge of the money. She doesn't let this man lead at all. Not at all. So that's what we're going to pick up where we left off at, okay? And we're going to look at the relationship, where it's headed to. So let me get these comments, and then we're going to move on. DJT says, I'm looking. Oh, thank you. And London Lady, thank you too. Thank you. Y'all was on here early. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Hey, DJT, London Lady says, come on, we're waiting. Good evening, everybody. Okay. Hey, Q, how you doing? We're waiting with bated breath. Okay. Hey, Ingrid, how you doing? Hey, London Lady. Hey, Maya. Okay. Hey, Adra, how you doing? Yes, yeah, I saw her. She is. She's crazy, y'all. Y'all see her with the white dress on. Oh my God, I just fell out laughing. And the music. How you start laughing so hard your stomach hurt. I started laughing so hard my stomach hurt. I said, this lady is nuts. She is nuts. Well, hey, Caligenesis Radio. Wow, you really on here. Well, hey, thank you for coming. We appreciate that. We really appreciate that. They'll be begging for money to get back home like the passport granny. Yeah, they all will. Yeah, O'Shea Duke Jackson did a video on females in the Facebook group. But what? Bragging about getting pregnant by African men. Where? So I can go get that video. I want to show that one. When was it, Mr. Navigator? What's the name of the video? You remember? What 21 years only wait? What 21 years only wait? What married couples Gambian? Q, say that again. I know you probably just like, what's going on here? Black Americans are getting into trouble in Africa because most of them didn't do. No, they didn't. They did not. And that's what I'm trying to help. And they get mad because I'm trying to help. But I don't care. Get mad because you didn't do your due diligence. You did not. Because if you didn't, honey, you would not be over there trying to own nothing. Because you would know, I can't own this stuff. Until I get some papers saying I'm a member of this family, I can't own nothing over here. I can only lease it. Pay my money and lease it. And then they get mad because they can. Why? Why would you think you could? Why would you think you could? Just tell me, why would you think you could? And we've been in this country how many years? 400 and something years? And you think you could just go back there and say, oh, I've been in America on a visit for 400 years. And now I'm back and I want my land. No, I'm sorry. It doesn't work like that. They're not given to African, they're not going to African countries. No. And that's a big thing. They don't go with, I told you, those bad intentions. establishing viable businesses. She is so right. She is so right. So what do? We turn to YouTube and we try to scam our own people. That's what we do. Then we get mad because if they don't try to scam us, they're going to beg us for donations, and then they're going to get mad because we don't want to donate to them. Because we feel like, look, lady, we didn't tell you to sell your house. We didn't tell you to sell everything in your house. We didn't tell you to drive Uber Eats and all that and take all your money and move to Africa. We didn't tell you to do that. You did that on your own. And then after you do that, you want to complain and act like it's somebody else's fault, like somebody did you wrong? That doesn't make sense to me. It just honestly doesn't make sense to me. Just like why you would spend, them people in Ghana, y'all, they building big mansions. And I'm looking at this. I'm going to look up the land lease, I promise. By the time we do the second passport, Granny, I'm going to have it looked up. Y'all. Why would you build a mansion that you know you, your children, your grandchildren, and your great-great-grandchildren will not be able to live in? Why would you be doing that? Because that's going to go to the state, and the state is going to have those properties to sell. They're going to be in the real estate business. The planning department, the housing and urban development department, like we have here, and how they have properties. That's who's going to take those properties. So why would you be doing that? Why would you be doing that? Same thing in Gambia. Gambia is only 21 years because Gambia is so small, it doesn't have that much land, so it needs their land bad. So why do you think they're going to give it to you? And 21 years. That's your lifetime. 55, some of y'all might not be here for 55 years. But that leaves your kids and your grandkids and everybody with nothing. But that family, that man that you with there, because he going to get everything. Him and his family. Gambia, 21 years. Where are you going to go? 21 years. If you're 50 now, you'll be 71 with no place to go. No money because you cashed in your retirement. All you're going to do is have a heart full of regret because you didn't do your due diligence. And when somebody tried to tell you that fire is hot, that fire is hot. If you're going to mess with that fire, you better go to that fire with good intentions, and you better know what you're doing. You better not be messing around over there. But what do? They go there and mess around. They go there and break all the rules. Now they breaking the social and the cultural norms. And then they wondering, well, what's happening? Why am I being overcharged 3 times charged more? Why is my money gone? Why does my air conditioner keep breaking down 3 times? No, you're right, Edra. No respect for themselves or their children. Acting out in public. Exactly. No respect for nobody. Nobody. Respect is huge in Africa. It's like I keep telling y'all, when you go to Africa, this is the mindset you have to have. I'm going to my great-great-grandmother's house, okay? And my great-great-grandmother is very conservative. I know I'm going to have to wear dresses. I know I'm going to have to wear nothing tight or revealing. I'm going to have to cover my arms. I know all of that because I'm going to my grandmother's house. I'm going to have to cover my head because my grandmother believed that women should, at a certain age, a woman needs to cover her head. If she don't cover her head at that certain age, she ain't a respectable woman. So I may not believe everything my grandma believed in, but out of respect to my grandmother, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to follow what my grandmother says. I'm going to do what my grandmother wants me to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to follow those social norms and those customs out of respect. Out of respect to my great-great-grandmother. But we don't go there. with that intention. We don't go there with that mindset. We go there on the hookup. We go there on the hookup. We go there because we can't get no man here. No. What did Miss Strickland say? What did Miss Patricia say? No, because they're not like us. Because we can get men here. They cannot. They can't get, their boxes need to be dusted off. And I'm just telling y'all the truth. So they got to go where they can get these boxes dusted off. And they don't put the word out. You can go to Ghana. You can get somebody to dust off your box on the regular if you got enough money. And you can get a muscular one. You can get a chubby one. You can get whatever kind you want. It's going to cost you. You might lose everything, even your life. But they don't tell you that part. They don't tell you that part. No, nobody tells you that part. You got to find that part out on your own. Yeah, welcome everybody to another episode. Thank you so much. And please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Stephanie, so much. That's not true for all of West African countries. I'm sorry if I said all of West African countries, I didn't mean to, because I know nothing is true for all of them. Some things are, you can generalize about, but some things you can't. So if I said something that you couldn't generalize about, please forgive me, because I know things change from ethnic group to ethnic group. And I normally say that. So that's not true. I don't know what you mean when you say that's, what is that? Tell me what that's not true. It seems that in Africa, a lot of these young men don't have the same ethics as us because they third world mentality and desperation. Well, remember the study yesterday, that's what he said. He said they're doing this for economic reasons. They don't have any money, they're hungry. And they know if I mess with this old lady, I can get some money, I can eat tonight. So that's why they're doing it. No, they don't. It's when you're hungry, ethics go out the window. Yep, ethics go out completely out the door. You're an adult when you become 21 years old in Nigeria. Yeah, but we're not talking about legalism. We're talking about the culture. We're talking about what the culture and the society believes. And there's no Nigerian who's 21 years old. There may be, but very few are walking away from their parents and not listening to what their parents are telling them to do. It's this new rise of of young Nigerians who are doing that. But by and large, Africans, Nigerians, they listen to their parents. They follow the social and the cultural norms. They do. And you may revolt in your 20s, but you better believe by the time you're 40, you're going to be back in line with what those social and cultural norms dictate. We're not talking about legally here. We don't marry grannies in Africa. That's not true. So we know right now that your information is not valid because we know that's not true. These young men are only in relationships with these older women for only financial benefit and for a short period. But ma'am, they're married to these people. They are legally married to these people because these men know what they're doing. If they marry you and you pass away, they get everything. They're not going to be your girlfriend. They don't. You clearly wasn't here yesterday because he told her, I don't want you to be. See, that's how we know you don't know what you're talking about. Why don't you say, I think and I feel? Don't say we don't, because you can't speak for a nation because you don't know. Okay, because clearly yesterday, this man said, and I know you're not talking about Nigerians because, honey, we done 1,000 stories on them and they grannies. So you're not coming on here giving out factual information. And we don't like that, okay? If this is your opinion, you need to say, I think and I feel. Don't put this like it's a fact because that is not the truth. This dude said yesterday, I don't want to be your friend. I want to be your husband. Yes, Sheik's good. Please give the video a thumbs up, this live chat, if you haven't already. Okay, Sheik's good. I don't know who you are, but okay. Right, absolutely devoid of affection. Yeah, it's completely devoid. Actually, my son was hit on by an older woman who claimed to have an empty compound and wanted his please don't say that. However, at 27, he wasn't interested in any woman above 30. This one was almost 45. London lady, are you? Wow. See what happens when you let your box be in control of your mind? How we talk about men, they always thinking with the other HEAD, but women thinking with the box. They letting the box think for them. They letting the box, the hot box, make decisions for them because the box has got to be hot, y'all. Remember that song, The Block is Hot? I think it was Cash Money Millionaires. The block is hot. Yeah. So instead of the block being hot, the box is hot. The box is hot. And they done found out they can go to Ghana and get it cooled down, get it dusted off. Wow, that's sick. And Gambia. That look, oh, this is the sickest stuff. He's talking about filming their SEX, so he don't think he is. African guy says he's talking about filming their SEX, so don't think he is bothered about public. Thank you, honey. Excuse me for thinking that. Excuse me, honey, because you're absolutely right. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me, honey? Yes, I was a fool for even thinking that. You're right. If he's going to film it, what do he care about public displays of affection? He don't care what people think about her. He going to put her on display for everybody, and he probably going to charge you to see it. Y'all think I'm playing? They're talking about making porn. Yes, they were yesterday. Yes, and she just thought it was hilarious. She is stuck mentally in the U.S. Her demeanor will ultimately get her physically hurt. Heavy pedal time. Thank you. And that's why I do this. Because it will. It will. It's going to get you hurt. In more ways than one. It's going to get you hurt. Yep, she'll end up like the others because there's no other choice for you because you're moving like the others. You're moving the same way as the others. Has this woman met his family? She said she did, Miss Janice, but I don't see any videos of them. Maybe they don't want to be on the camera. I don't see any what I'm showing y'all. And I've looked through probably all her videos because I've been researching this woman for quite some time before I even came to y'all about it. Because see, I had to think about this because this is such a touchy subject. Because at first I was like, how is this my business? If this what she want to do, this what she want to do. Hey, it ain't got nothing to do with me. But then I started thinking, wait a minute, it got everything to do with you. Why do you think them young boys keep trying to talk to you in Africa? When you go to Gambia, why do you think they keep trying to do that? Because they're seeing these grannies with these women, these Black American women, and they think you're one of them. They don't know the difference. They think you all are the same. So it is your business and it is your problem. Because if you don't say anything about it, you're going to continually be impacted by it. And these women who are following this spell and going there, they're going to continually be destroyed in one way or another by this behavior. He probably already has visited videos he shows his friends. I bet he does. And they all just laugh. Just laugh. Oh, thank you, Cayenne Works. Thank you so much. Daniel is trying to seduce, compel, and flirt through. Yep. He's a garden tool. He's a garden tool. That's what she says. She says Daniel's nothing more than a garden tool. And that's what he's trying to seduce to the camera. He's doing all of that. He's doing all of that. Hey, how you doing? Let me look it up and I will get back. Okay, thank you. Here for the tea. Oh, thank you for coming. Africa is not for poor diaspora to read. No, it's not, Miss Tammy. Just visit it. Yes, Miss Tammy, just visit. Don't go there if you can't afford it. You need money. Judah says, these women are really scumbags over in Africa, running the street, yes, and running up here and running up her miles. They have zero. No, they don't. They don't. I'm trying to. Cayenne works. I'm trying to. Hold on, y'all. I got to get the charger. Okay, hold on. I got to plug it up. I'm getting it. So just Steph says, exactly. Jumping from the front. Yes, that's what you're doing. Jumping. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. London lady says, here, when in Rome, etc. Just use good old common sense. Exactly. Just please use good old common sense. And what you wouldn't do here, don't do there. And a lot of things you would do here, you cannot do there. So please don't think you can, because you can't. You cannot. All right. You cannot. All right. Uh, I am an African returnee. You don't come here and succeed on cheap. No, you don't. But see, these people are sending out that message, African goddess, that you can. Black Americans are sending out the message that you can. They're sending that out, and that's what's happening. That's the problem. They are disrespectful to themselves, than men and their families. Exactly. Tammy says, Kiki, the problem that the passport grannies face is that they can't let the young men be the head or be in control. If the grannies bring their life savings, just don't have the relationship. You're right. Because, see, that's why they're holding on to it so tight, because that's their life savings. And they feel like, if I lose all of this, I'm not going to have nothing left. So that's why they're holding on to it so tight. That's where they're trying to make all the financial decisions. That's why it starts off as our projects and then it moves to their projects. Because Daniel told us she controls the money and she doesn't give him any. Yeah. Years ago, I asked a woman what made her move to Atlanta. She told me she looked around the bar in her hometown and she had been with all the men there. I bet the grannies in Africa are similar. Wow, now that's bad. That's bad. If the grannies gave these men control of their money, they would be broke sooner. Oh, it is a no-win situation. Wow, so you think they would just blow through it? They're young, though. You're right. Because what did he say? When they get the money, they go to five-star restaurants. They go to and they do. They go to big resorts when they have money. They spend lavishly when they have money. But why would you want to do that? Because you're young. You're right. They would blow through it. These European embassies in Abuja will be shocked if the number of foreign grannies with the young. What's your channel name? See all these African men, see Black American women as money and coochie. Exactly. Damn, yeah, exactly. That's how they see us. She clinging and wearing a bonnet, very unattractive. Harlem Harlem in the building. Well, welcome, Harlem. All right, so now I got your comments. Oh, good, I'm on top of that. So now we're going to go to our first video. Let me go down here. All right. So this is where we stopped yesterday. After I was researching Vonsetta, there was something that I realized, like I keep telling y'all. They're sending out this message to the other passport grannies that if you want to meet a man, just come to Africa. All right. Just come to Africa. So, where is the video? Just come to Africa. And I thought, Is that true? And so then I said, that's when I saw, let me go over here. That's when I remembered the video that I saw of Vonsetta and her friend who had came down for her and Daniel's wedding. Remember that? Okay, hold on. Okay, y'all remember this video?
So anyways, we will bring our friends in and they'll introduce themselves.
Now, pay attention to this, okay? This is what I'm telling you. They're sending out the message, come on down. You can get you a young man too. Look at this.
And we'll just go from there, and we just want you guys to keep on hanging with us. You know, this is something new for us all. Humorous, if we must say. All right, so here she comes. Tracy. Yes. So this is Tracy. She's from
Alabama.
So this is her friend from Alabama who came in for the wedding. And look who the friend is. Her friend just happened to hook up with one of his friends.
Alabama,
but live in Colorado.
And right now you're in Oregon.
Yes, I'm visiting my family in Oregon, but second time in Ghana.
Right.
And I'm here for Von's wedding. Well, Von and Daniel's wedding.
Vonetta and Daniel.
Yes. And then this is
Success.
Success. Yes.
So look how Success just came up here and just grabbed this woman from behind. He doesn't have any respect for her. If she was a proper lady, she would have bowed him twice by now. Okay? There's no way you should let any man come, unless this man is your husband, and he ain't gonna do that in public. Come up on you like that. That's telling you I don't have no respect for you. And look at her face. This is so embarrassing.
He lives here in Ghana.
And I had to have fun and talk about the wedding too.
Right. So he's also here.
He came to have fun and for the wedding too.
For the fun and
look at them. Just look.
All right, guys. So basically, that is the reason why we are here. You know, just to meet our
Look at
friends.
this couple
who came back from the US, hang out, and then drive back home. Because we drove almost an hour and a half to get here.
Like I said, we didn't even plan on this. But today was our day to stay at home and just chill and relax. And she was like, "Oh, the pool's open, it's clean, come." So boom, jump in, here we are. And
all right, so that's all I want to show you on that one. Now I want to show you the other friend who came. So she has another friend who came after that, right? There's another friend. Let me show you the other friend. And this is when I was like, oh yeah, she is sending out the message. She is sending out the message to come. Come here, you can meet you one too. Now this is the lady. Wow, y'all, this blew my whole mind. How much money this lady spent on this man. So hold on, let me get it to right. This blew my whole entire mind. Because I'm like, what the? Because first I'm like, I'm hoping this ain't her boyfriend. I'm hoping this ain't her husband. And I'll be doggone if that wasn't that man sit right here. This young man, this youngster, this young buck right here. This is his wife. But guess what? She built him all of this. That's their business. She built him all of that. She built him a house. She got him land. This is what the passports grannies is doing in Ghana. But guess what? If he go out and get another wife and have another baby, because he ain't got none with her, I'm sure. If he go out and get another wife and have some kids and she object to it, what's she gonna do? Come back to America with nothing? What's she gonna do?
a friend of mine and her boyfriend, who is from America.
She said her boyfriend. Lord, I thought it was the husband. Oh, that's even worse. So this is what she thinks she doing. This lady thinks she being smart, right? Let me tell you what she thinks she doing. Because if that's her boyfriend, But you building all this stuff, because she gonna tell you it's his idea to build all this stuff, right? He gonna tell you that, right? And if this is just her boyfriend, that means his name is on nothing. That means her name is on all of this. All of this. So that means she's going to only own this for 55 years if that's the rule in Ghana. And then what? What's she going to do? This lady is how old, y'all think? 50, 60? I don't know how old she is. I don't pay attention to ages like that. But if she's around for 55 more years, and if that's the rule for Ghana, what is she going to do then? What is she going to do then? She thinks she's being smart by not, because that's how she's making sure he's not using me. He might be my boyfriend, but he's not my husband. He's not getting any of my property. He's not using me because his name isn't on anything. Wow.
Except for him. He's from Ghana, but he lived in the U.S. and came back here. So anyway, we got them here. I want to.
So he's from Ghana, but he lived in the U.S. Now notice how they never say what type of visa he had, how he got to the U.S., what he was doing. Nothing. Because you can't just come to the U.S. It ain't that simple.
Let them introduce themselves. Then I'll start with
My name is Vicky from Seattle, Washington.
See, that's where I'm from. So
Yes.
we sisters right
Yes.
They from the same place. And the other lady, wasn't she from Seattle too? Didn't she live in, she lived in Oregon. See? Sending out the same message, just drawing them all in. Oh, the lonely, broken-hearted, desperados.
Next.
Well, I'm from, my name is Bartholomew Kwame Banini. They call me BK, and I'm from the Volta region. I stayed here for quite some time, and then I went to the U.S., stayed there also, and then moved back.
Okay, nice. So, Vicky.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay, let me start with BK first, because you said you're from here.
Yeah.
You live in U.S. Was it Seattle?
Yeah, I lived there for some time.
Okay, well, hey, sisters and brothers.
Yeah.
That's you two, me and you. Okay, so what made you come? First of all, why did you go to the U.S., if you don't mind?
Well, this is an African story. Like the story, the way they paint America.
See, one of those stories.
Everybody wants to go there. Every African, if not everybody, I would say 90% of Africans want to go to the U.S.
Absolutely.
But they paint it, they make it look so good.
Right.
So that is what took me to the U.S. I wanted to go to the promised land.
Right, see?
Yeah, so that's what made me go.
Okay.
So what happened when you got there?
Right. Look, she's asking some questions. Come on, let the truth be told. What happened when you got there? Was it what you thought it was?
Well, the moment I landed in the U.S., I knew this wasn't the place to be. But I stayed.
Yes, you're not.
Yeah, I
See,
stayed.
all
I
these
stayed
Africans.
I stayed for 6 years,
Mhm.
and then finally came back.
Now, what type of visa is he on that allows him to come to the United States and stay for 6 years? It ain't a visitor visa. It had to be some type of immigration visa. What immigration visa did he come? He didn't say I came here because I got married. He didn't say I came here because I had a fiance. He just started talking about how it's every African's dream. So this lady he's sitting with, this lady, Vicky, whatever her name is, she didn't even ask that. She didn't even put that together, that this person is probably out of status. If this person is out of status, he's looking for anything and anybody to help him. That's something else you got to watch out for here too, people. Somebody out of status. They can't just come here and stay here like that. Either they're fighting a case in court, and that's either because of an immigration visa that's been withdrawn. Somebody withdrew their case and now they're trying to fight it. Or either it was a spousal visa. They didn't go on with, they didn't follow the didn't get married in the time frame and they're trying to fight that one. Or they're an overstay. But nobody's on here on a visitor visa for 6 years. Nobody. But no, these two together could not figure that out. They could not figure that out. And then he just woke up one day and said, "Oh, I'm going back to Ghana." Oh, okay.
How'd you meet Vicky?
Well, when I went to the U.S., I was living in North Carolina, and then it wasn't what I wanted, and I have a cousin in Seattle.
Okay.
So we spoke, and then I decided to go see what's going on over there too. So that's how we met. So my cousin is Vicky's friend.
Okay,
So
nice.
he introduced me to me, and
Nice.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So you came back because
I came back because I went to the promised land and realized I left the promised land to go to the wrong land.
what?
Yeah. So Africa is actually the promised land, but I didn't
No, he came back because she wanted to come back and she had money and she was going to build. He came back to build with her.
know while I was living
See,
here.
people don't get
So
that.
when I went over there and lived there, I realized that I was at the wrong place.
Okay.
So
Oh,
yeah.
nice. See,
He was at the wrong place because he didn't have the right paper. That's why he was at the wrong place, because he didn't have the right paper. If he would have had the right paper, there's no way he'd be sitting on here telling you, "Oh, it ain't the promised land. Oh, it ain't this. Oh, it ain't that." No, he wouldn't be saying that if he had the right papers.
people don't understand. They don't get it. But it takes that experience.
Yes,
to know.
you have to.
It takes that experience to know.
it, yeah.
So good for you. All right, Vicky.
Yes.
So, what brings you to Ghana?
I've been traveling to Jamaica. I was traveling to Jamaica back and forth for years, and so something hit me and said something inside said, "Try Africa. Just try Africa."
Nice.
So I did a lot of research for about 2 years and finally made that move.
Okay. So did you make one visit and then came back, or
3 times,
okay?
three visits to Africa, and it was between Jamaica, Africa. So I picked Africa.
See, Ghana won.
Ghana,
Ghana won.
yes.
Okay, so then my next question would be, what are you doing here? Like, what did you come here to do? I know to move, to live here and everything, but like,
My purpose was to bring other people, bring other Americans here.
They want to bring us. That's what I'm telling you. My purpose is to bring other Americans here to do what I'm doing. Get you a young Ghanaian man, and you build everything for the state of Ghana, because that's who's going to get this stuff when you're gone.
To see Africa, to learn Africa, to explore, to everything.
to experience what you're experiencing. Like,
Yeah,
to open their eyes so they could see more.
come outside the box.
Right.
That ain't what they doing over there. That's a lie. She not seeing Africa, exploring Africa. She not doing nothing like that. She's over there with this man, okay, building, spending all of her money.
No, step out that box.
Yes.
There is a door.
Now, step out the box of being stupid. They want you to step out of the box and enter into stupidity. Enter into delusionalville. Enter into this is ridiculous. And that you spreading this madness. You spreading this madness to other people is even worse. Look at this couple. Y'all, how do you make this make sense? How do you make this? And they sitting up here proudly. She's sitting up here proudly.
Corner that do open in that box now, you know?
Yes.
Right. Okay, so since you've been here, what have you done?
Well, build a house. We
sea.
build a house by the sea.
See, right, guys.
Lots of land first, and then we decided to build.
We built the house. Do you hear that? We built the house. You trust him enough to build the house, but you don't trust him enough to marry him because you're scared that he's just marrying you for your money, because in your mind, you know this cannot possibly be a real relationship. This doesn't make sense. 30-year difference does not make sense.
And so BK came along with me here, so we talked and
Say, hey, let's do
say
this.
let's build a house. I mean, I didn't expect it to be big, this big. I don't know what happened.
Right?
But basically, she wasn't putting her input in on it. She was just letting him do it. She was trying to give him, but who just said that? They're going to spend all your money if you give it to them. And he did. She didn't know it was that big because he wanted it big, because he know what he going to do with it. And he know what he needed big for, because he know in the end, it's going to be his.
You turn around one day, you're just like, dang, whose house is this?
Yeah. But like I said, I mainly did it too was to get more people here. So when they do come, my guest room where they can
Okay, so there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, I want you guys to see what's going on here. So while you're doing, I'm going to accommodate you while you're here.
Right, exactly. And I've done that with about 5 people so far that came here and they were accommodated. So.
So
And that's another thing they'll do. Okay. When you come, they'll accommodate you. They'll help you make this transition because they want you there. They want you in this passport granny spell cult.
are sitting outside of your pub, your grill, your bar, your restaurant.
Well, she on a bar and grill too.
A little bit of everything up in here, you guys.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about this, how you guys came up with this creation, whose ideas was it to do this and that, who did this and that.
Take it away.
Okay, so while we were still in America, we had a list of things that we want to do when we get here. Peter and I. We made a long list. A lot of things that we wanted to do when we came to Ghana.
Okay.
Because one of the things that I know is that when you taste the American money, it's difficult to be satisfied with the Ghana money.
Right.
So the money is like here and the Ghana money is here.
Of course.
So you don't want to come over here and work for someone to be paid because he won't.
So he don't want Ghana money. He said he done tasted American money. And once you taste American money, you can't taste Ghana money no more. So that's why he with who he with. Because he done tasted the American money. And she clearly, so you got to be careful letting them take the leadership role. I see that. You got to be careful. We seeing it with our eyes because what did somebody say? They'll spend all your money. But who gonna give 20-year-olds in charge of their money? Who gonna do that? Why are you even with the 20-year-old? 20-year-olds don't know how to spend.
Won't be enough for your pocket, you know. So we had a list of things that we wanted to do when we get here to create income, to be able to be self-sufficient, right? You know, so when we came, we first got land somewhere, but it's
okay. So we're gonna stop with them. That's the couple that I wanted y'all to see. All right, that's when I knew for sure they were passing this nonsense on to other people.
Hello.
They got a whole group on Facebook where they come together, they gather together, okay, to talk about their passport granny cult, okay, and how you should join the passport grannies too. Now, let me make sure my notes. All right, we went through that one. Again, the goal is to pass the spell on. She built this man. She built a house. She built a business. She bought land. I can't believe she's doing all of that. You think she's doing all of that? What did she say? He's doing all this. He wants us to do all of this. And of course, they're going to accommodate when you come there. Of course, they're going to accommodate you because they want to wrap you into this passport granny spell, which is going to get you into their cult, which is going to get you stuck over there, broke over there, begging for nations to get back from over there. And that's how the spell is passed on. And y'all are clearly aware that that's how the spell is passed on because ES told us that's how the spell is passed on. She told us what the spell was, and she told us how the spell was passed on. Right. Wouldn't let 30-year-old handle my money. I'd be somewhere living under a bridge. Yes. She said she wouldn't let her 30-year-old. Exactly. You'd be living under a bridge. You'd be like, what? Oh, no. Yeah, she's right. That lady's right. Whoever said the anime. It looks like he has been eating really well. Oh, my God. Tammy, I get the older, wiser woman fall for this scam. Midlife crisis. I don't get why older, wiser women fall for this scam. The older, wise women don't fall for it. Midlife crisis, fear of death. I don't know. It's not the older, wiser women. It was the foolish women who were foolish when they're younger, and now they're foolish when they're older. It's those women. I didn't receive. Oh, I'm sorry. Learn Africa, please. Yeah, please learn before you go. 10 to 15 years. Women have to get with themselves. Women have to get with themselves. If no man in America has taken you out in broad daylight in the last 10 to 15 years, somehow you're going to find a small in Africa that really wants you, like, really. And she's right. Like, really think about that. So that tells me you need to work on you. Because if you haven't been out with a man in 10 or 15 years, then you don't even know how to communicate with the man. You don't know anything about that. You still thinking it's all about the sex. And that's what we see in this relationship. Maybe he did time and got deported. Who y'all talking about? Hashtag Boys Are Us Ghana versus Passport Grannies International. She looks like she's in her late 50s or early 60s. That lady, yeah. Ghetto, just plain ghetto. She just looks, I don't know, she looks 60 to me. I don't know how old she looks. I'm not going to say that because I don't know. She's going to tolerate it like the white lady who built the hotel. Yep, the one you told us about, and married the younger woman. And now she's going to tolerate it. She is. What is she going to do? And that's what she's going to say to herself. What am I going to do? Go back to the United States with nothing? I done put all my money into this. If I still want to see him, I got to deal with this. So I'll just deal with it. Nobody else is going to want me. Probably build a brothel. Maybe she's pimping out Daniel's mates and her passport granny besties. It's her business. Boys Are Us Ghana. Come get them, passport grannies. Yeah, something. Hooking them up. They have a regular swingers club going on. Yeah, they sure do. The American ego, arrogance is something else. Many of us think we can just go anywhere and do anything. Can you believe that? But it's so true. So happy. It's so good to see you too. Yeah, that's so sad, ain't it? Oh dear God, these women splashing around like, yes. And you know the workers in there just laughing. You know they looking out the window just laughing at them. You know they are. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna watch it. She trusted to get that wig rug wet. Oh my. Welcome to another. Okay, we said. Okay, we get all that. Okay, good. All right, now what I'm gonna do now is put on this video. Let me tell you what we're talking about in this one. Let me get down here. It's like he's been eating really anime. That is not nice. Okay, let's go down here. Kiki man, this man is known to be her man by everyone. He is not her husband under customary law. I don't know. It could be. See, that's what I'm saying. It could be. We need to know the customary law because it could be. If he's living there with her and he's building all this stuff and she's saying he's building it, it's his idea. He's creating it. So everybody see them living together as man and wife. I bet you he could challenge that and get everything, honey. I bet you he could because you're right. You're living as man and wife like ES and her and Vin Man. There's no wedding. Where's the wedding? Where's the proof? I think they call it a nikah. Where is it when you get married in Islam? Where's that? There's no paperwork, but there's proof. Where is it? Nikah? Is that how you say it? I don't know how you say it. Okay. Vonsetta is giving Madam energy. I truly see a brothel in her future. Oh my God. Tammy, these women are very bad. Very bad. All right, let me put this video on and then Mr. Navigator, I'm going to look in the email. All right, now in this, actually I can do it on my phone while this is looking. She looks weird and hard body and old. Yes, that's what I couldn't figure out why her body looked hard like that. But she said she had plastic surgery. And for some reason, the plastic surgery make their body look messed up. Okay, so this one is called Beyond the Numbers. She's again talking about, she keeps going back to this age gap relationship. She focusing too much on the age gap, okay? For some reason, she puts everything about her relationship on YouTube. And what did they tell us? One way it's not going to work. The only way it's going to work is you got to keep everybody out your relationship. They are now having problems in their sex life, all right? She really thinks this young African man in his 20s, she said she's thinking that they're going to be so busy that he won't ask her for sex, okay? She doesn't want to keep having sex with them, and now that's causing a problem. All right, so she's going to talk about all of that. So we're going to watch this video, and then we're going to watch the other one. All right, so let's go with this one.
There are some older women who love sex just as much as a young person, if not more. So there are some of those out there that do. But for me, I'm not one of those women. Me and my husband, we discussed that, and he understands that. In the beginning, it was a little bit of a battle because he was just like, always. And I'm like, man.
I just find that hard to believe, because this is the same lady we was watching yesterday who was just so tickled. She was just so tickled. Wait a minute. Okay, Mr. Navigator, I didn't get it. Let me put my email address up here. No, I didn't get anything. Hold on. Let me put it in here. So remember, this is the same lady yesterday who was talking about they wanted to make the porn movie. Remember? And was so tickled about the makeup intimacy. So I'm confused. Now she don't want to do nothing. That doesn't make sense. But let's see. Let's go back to it.
Look, come on, give me a break. Or he would say something to me like, you don't initiate sex unless, I don't get sex unless I initiate it because you don't do too much initiating. And I always say, you don't ever give me an opportunity to, because there's no breaks in between, really. So that's one of the things that I deal with myself, being with somebody with this bigger age gap. But I know as time goes on and as he's get older, it will change. And it has slowed down some. And part of that is because, I say, hey, hold on. And some of it is because as life goes on, we work, we're busy, we're tired, and sex, we just don't have time for it.
But she said we work and we don't sex, we don't have time for. No sex, you don't have time for. But a man in his 20s, honey, he got time for that every day, all day. He's young. He got maybe the man in his 40s, he's still gonna make time for it. He's still gonna make time for it. Okay. So I'm not sure what age you think they're gonna stop making time for that. I think a 60-year-old man will make time for it. Okay. I think a 50-year-old man, he gonna make time for that. Okay. So I'm not sure what man you think is not gonna make time for that, if he know that's what's about to happen. But she thinks he gonna be too tired and not want none. He just gonna go. But okay, let me let her tell you the story.
So I'm here sitting in my husband's job. He works with animals, with dogs. So you hear the dogs barking in the back. So that's what that is. So just want you guys.
This is the place where he works 6 days a week, 24 hours a day. He drives 3 hours a day to get there. He's only off on Sundays. So she doesn't see her husband much at all anymore because of this job.
To understand that part. So with the sex, so that's where we're at with that. So that's one of the things that I deal with as far as the age gap. Other things are, because I get frustrated with some of the things he do sometimes, but I have to remind myself it's age. Because
here we go again. This is what, and she's still talking about this. That's how we know early on this relationship is not going to last, because this lady is too obsessed with the age difference. This is April 2023. They got married in February. If you're so obsessed and concerned about the age, the 33-year-old age difference, you shouldn't have never married him, because in your heart it's a problem. That's why you keep talking about it.
We get older, we think differently, we do things differently. The other thing is that I deal with is his driving. So, when you're young, you want to floss and flaunt and drive and think you got the road controlled, and and you know you got the car under control, and so you did it. Like not that you don't worry about getting in an accident, but you just I got this, babe, and you do. But as you get older, that thought of driving changes. We still have our moments where we have those little moments where we still want to be all that driving, but it's not as much, and it changes as you get older. So that's another thing that I deal with my husband and his driving.
He has to be really young. My son used to do that, and he was really young. He was really young when he used to do that. He was really young. He would go get his friends, and they would get my car when I would go to Africa, and he would just, do they call it flex, floss, finesse? I don't know, something. Basically show off. He would just get the car and just show off. Pretend like it's his car, just drive around the city in his car. In my car, pretending like it's his car. Okay, but he's young. He was very young, in his 20s doing that. So this man is very young. He's doing what little kids do. This is what your son would be doing. Your grandson, because you're 33 years older than him.
I remind myself all the time, okay, oh my God, why is he driving like this? Okay, I get it. And it has nothing to do with not being mature. It just has to do with something that this is what we go through in our age stages. There was another one. Oh my goodness, I forgot what that one was. Also, just conversations, talking about stuff sometimes, when we're discussing things. And I've mentioned this before, he doesn't know what I know. I have more time under my belt, as they say.
But I mean, ladies, if you are thinking about getting into an age gap relationship, if you feel like this man don't know what you know, you don't need to marry him. If you feel like he can't tell me nothing, he can't teach me nothing, I can't learn nothing from him, then it's not mutual respect there. It's not a mutual exchange there. That's a sign that this is not the person for you. That's a sign that the age gap is too large. Because somebody asked me what was too large, and I didn't have an answer. But you got to determine that. And you got to know, because when your brain starts saying, I have way more experience than him, I can't relate to him, no, this is ridiculous. Like she keeps saying, I've got more experience than him, I know more than him. That means that you're unevenly yoked, and you should not be with this person. You should not be with this person.
Okay.
All right, now let me go to I think that was it for that one. Let me go to, okay, it's a little more on here. Hold on.
More experience in life and life things. So I know more. It's just like a person saying, watch, when you get older, you'll understand. That's pretty much what that is with him and I. So that is one of the other things that I deal with in our age gap relationship. How do I get through it though? Is I just have to remind myself that's what it is. And it's not to the point where it's a constant bother, where it's a constant thing going on in my head, like, oh my God, this is just too much, this is too much, this is too much, all the time. It's not like that. It's just periodically, and I have to remind myself that it is just the age difference. And it's not to the point where
ladies, if you got to constantly remind, that should never come up. If you're in an age gap relationship, that should never come up. The age gap should never come up. That should never come up. If that means it's coming up, that is a problem. And you're probably a passport granny. And in your heart you're a passport granny, but you don't want to face it because there's too much of this constantly talking about the gap in the relationship. That means it's an issue. She knew it was an issue. She didn't care that it was an issue. She proceeded. And now she want to keep trying to fault him, saying, oh, you're not mature enough. You're not mature enough. But you knew that in the beginning, and you didn't care.
I just want to give up and don't want to deal with it anymore. So it is okay. I get through it. I remind myself of that. I take a deep breath. I stop, and I look at him when he's not looking at me like, babe, that moment will be here. I know. You just don't get it yet, but you will. I'm patient. And I get through it. And so for those of you who are experiencing those same situations with your partner, just remember that. And don't look at it as if you're dealing with a child or a young person
Wow.
that's your child, or as in a way that you feel like you have to be mother, because you don't.
This is really sad. This woman know in her heart this relationship is ridiculous. She know in her heart this relationship is wrong. She knows in her heart she should not be intimate with this young man. And you know how I know she knows for sure? Because she said, don't look at him as if he is a child. If you're looking at him like that, why are you how do you be in a relationship with somebody that you look at like that? How can you be attracted to somebody that you look at like that? How does that work? Explain to me how that works. Only certain people like that. And if you looking at your spouse like that, you should not be in that relationship. You are a passport granny, because you better believe me, if you're looking at him like he's a child, you're emasculating him every chance you get.
Sometimes when me and him talk in discussion, sometimes I say, babe, let me talk to you as a friend, and I'll give him some advice as a friend. And then sometimes I say, babe, I'm gonna talk to you as your wife. You know, so I give him advice from both sides. And so all that just comes with, you know, realizing and remembering that he's a man, he's human, he's just young, but he's not a child, and how we communicate. So when I do those two different sides, you know, sometimes he might not want to listen to, especially when I'm coming at him as a friend, because when I come as a friend, I'm coming like 120% real.
And see,
And then
she doesn't even know how to come. She don't even know how to be a friend, because when you come as a friend, you don't come. I mean, you come real, but you don't come like hard like that. At least I don't. Like when I come to you and say I'm coming to you as your friend, I'm going to be really soft-spoken, because you're my friend. And I don't want to offend my friend. I don't want to hurt my friend. I love my friend. You see what I mean? I love my friend. So to me, coming at somebody as a friend is better than coming at somebody as your wife, because as your wife, you're going to come in as a certain angle. You're going to come with a certain position. But as a friend, you're coming from no position. Your position is, I'm your friend. She doesn't even know how to come as a friend. She coming hard, heavy and hard, talking about I'm your friend. Friends aren't heavy and hard. Friends are support. So friends are going to guide you. Friends are going to nurture you. Friends are going to ease you through the process. Friends are going to ease you through the whole thing. They're not going to do what she does and then say, oh, I'm being your friend. I'm going to humiliate you and I'm going to belittle you, but I'm telling you I'm being your friend.
You know, as his wife, I'm still 100% honest and truthful about my statements or whatever it is I'm talking to him. But you know, when you talk to a person as your friend, you know, you don't have to be so careful. You just come straight forward. And so I do both of them. And the friend part he might not like as much, but he respects that, because I'm being a true friend, like a real friend, how a friend is supposed to be with you if they're really your friend. You know, and as a wife, I'm coming with a little bit more emotion. So it's more emotional with me coming at him as his wife than it is as a friend. So this is just my advice to those of you who have those moments when you're trying to deal with your spouse who's much, much younger than you. And sometimes you lose fact, or you lose the sight that, what's wrong with this person? Why are they not understanding me? You forget that they're younger than you. And then you can go into an argument, and then it just becomes this big blowout between the two of you because of that. So my advice to you guys is this: take your time, take a step back. Even if you argue and you finish, sit down and remind yourself, okay, this is why this is happening. Let me approach my man differently, in a more calmer scenario. And let me think about what's going on. Let me think about, you know, who he is. And then let me come back to him and say, hey, babe, okay, so let me express this to you a little bit differently. Hopefully, you know, we can have a better understanding of what we just have been going through. And I bet you, I can guarantee you that your conversation, that whole outcome will come out differently, better, and more understanding, and it'll bring you guys closer together. Okay. So I hope that this
says the lady who constantly reminds her son, who constantly emasculates her husband. says that lady. Now she gonna tell us
Hello, you guys.
how to be in a relationship. Can y'all believe that? She gonna tell us. Now she's an expert and she's gonna tell us how to be in a relationship. Her and her 33-year age difference husband, is gonna tell us how to handle our relationships. Okay. Again, this is my opinion. Okay. This is all my opinion based on my professional opinion, in student development, on how students develop, how people develop. There's certain stages of development that people go through. And what this woman who's 60 something years old is going through is completely different than what a 26-year-old man is going through. There's no way they can even relate to each other in any form, shape, form, or fashion. Not even intimately, they cannot. They cannot. So she's telling you they can. That's a whole lie. I don't know whether Vonsetta knowingly emasculates her husband or if she does it knowingly, okay? But the point is, this is what she does. She emasculates this man. She belittles this man every single chance that she gets, all right? Every single chance that she gets, and I've showed it to you. So now let's go back to this next one. Let me see this next point. Wait a minute. Okay, now when we was reading the research yesterday, the man said, I forgot his name. Excuse me, man, I forgot your name. But he said that these young men are going to they feel ashamed of this relationship. This relationship is shameful to them. All right. So what they're going to do, they're going to eventually get them a small girl. And that small girl is going to really be the girl. And they're going to take the money and take everything and give it to her. All right. And then I'm looking like, well, I guess they would be ashamed if somebody's treating you like this. I guess they would be ashamed. Now, remember, this video was in April of 2023. They got married, and I believe it was in February, okay? In May of 2023, they're having these conflicts, all right? This relationship, I would say from the start, it was conflicting. From the start, it was nothing but conflicts, all right? Some of these conflicts sound like they are, and you know what? It sounds like from the videos, like the conflicts are now escalating. They're not just verbal anymore. Now they sound like these conflicts are moving to being physical conflicts, okay? But I wasn't there, so I really don't know what happened. But just from what she's saying in the video, I kind of think that things are getting kind of rough for them. All right, so let's go and check out this video.
And welcome back to our channel.
Share our videos, because we still have a lot coming up, and then we know you guys are going to love it.
All right, so today our content is about conflict.
Conflict, and then I would say conflict and
resolution.
Conflict and then conflict resolution, so.
Right.
Because my wife is not perfect. I am not perfect. I do go I do get extreme with my wife.
Off script.
She also.
Okay, now that part. What does he mean? I do get extreme with my wife. I don't know what that means. And I've been around a whole bunch of Africans from all over Africa. Remember, I told you I had tons of African friends, And I've been to Africa 12, planning on my 13th trip there. Been to Cameroon, Nigeria, Gambia. I've never heard anybody say I've been extreme with my wife. Sometimes I get extreme with my wife. What do y'all think that means? I get extreme with my wife. And she corrected him to say off script. What does off script mean? Don't say that.
She also gets,
off script.
So we thought to share that with you guys, because we are not perfect. And as we keep saying, we always want to keep it real with you guys. We don't want to hide anything. We don't want to be fighting at home and then come sit behind the camera and be pretending. No, we don't do that. And our channel is not about that. Right. So if that is what you are searching for, then we are sorry. You are in the wrong
area.
Or you're in the wrong video. You are in the wrong.
Even the arguing is different. The fighting, he calls it. So that means it's bad. Because when you're older, you argue differently. You just argue differently. So she's older and he's still, this is so bad. So he's probably yelling all up in her face. She probably all up in his face. They get to pushing and shoving on each other. And remember, he said she's strong. He said she real strong.
Wrong video, you know, or you are watching the wrong video if you think, these guys are fighting, are having this or having that, you know. And we just want to keep it real with you guys, and you know.
So, you know, I myself personally would like to video us when we're actually having a problem. But sometimes I forget, and I'm not really sure even how that would go over, but we're working on one of those moments.
Exactly.
But in the meantime, we're here to talk about us having one of our issues and how we're dealing with it. And one of the issues that we've been dealing with for a while is, you know, when people are arguing or having a problem. So our problem was being able to go to one another and express what we feel about a particular subject. And the other one, for instance, I can say, babe, I don't like how you didn't pay attention to me yesterday.
Yeah, she does that a lot. So it's not just because she's telling you it's an example. She does that a lot.
I'll talk
about that's an insecurity. You see what I mean? She said that she wasn't insecure. Remember, she said these type of scammer men, they're only attracted to insecure women. If you telling your husband you didn't pay enough attention to me yesterday, what do you mean? How can he not? I mean, you're together. What? How does he not pay attention? Tell me, how does you in the same house? Unless y'all not in, how do he not pay attention to you? Unless y'all not together. Like he go in another room and he be on his phone the whole time and you in another room. So is that what's going on? Because how are you together in the house and y'all not? Only time that happens is when he's not, y'all in separate rooms doing certain different things and y'all not talking, y'all not interacting with each other. And if that's the case, then that relationship is over. That relationship is gone.
About how I feel about certain things and we're supposed to. But if I say that to him and he says, well, I didn't like how you did this or did that, that's not how we fix it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how we've been doing it.
Well, that's because he didn't care. See, she doesn't realize that. She's not there to realize that his response meant I don't care. If he came back at you with what you're not doing, he didn't care about what you were talking about. And she's not even wise enough to figure that out. But she's coming on here trying to give us relationship advice and intimacy advice.
You know, and so it becomes this argument about who's doing what.
Who is right and who is wrong.
Right, you know,
who is causing what.
Fingers at each other, you know.
That is absolutely true.
That's a power struggle. That's what I'm telling you. Power struggle. Who's right, who's wrong. Yeah, it's going to turn into that.
You know, whatever my wife is saying is just the truth. And then personally, I find myself doing that a lot, you know. For example, we have an issue, she would come and then, you know, be talking about it. And then instead of me to be like, oh, babe, okay, I understand what you are saying. Well, I apologize if that is how I made you feel, if that is the thought I made you get, you know, but I try to be like, well, you remember you also did this, you also did that, you know. So that is something that is not a good thing, you know, it destroys relationship. And, you know, trying to be defensive when you guys have an issue, when you guys are having an issue at home, you know.
Okay, here they go trying to tell us how to fix it again.
Again, for instance, I said, babe, I don't like the way you talked to me yesterday when we was at the restaurant. His response now would be, okay, babe, well, tell me, what did I say? How did it make you feel? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel that way. That's fine if I didn't mean to say that. Or, you know, we'll just go over that moment. And he could even say, okay, so I didn't really recognize my tone. So what do you suggest? And then we'll figure it out.
That is how couples are supposed to be, you know. But then trying to be like, well, you remember you also did this the other time, you know, that destroys your marriage, you know.
Right. So that's how we are trying to work out our problems now. So we're not perfect at it yet, but, you know, we are finding ourselves being able to prompt each other when it doesn't go the way it's supposed to go. And we have to say, babe, hold on, remember, this is how we're supposed to fix this situation. So that's where we're at right now.
And then personally, I'm trying my best for us not to, you know, get issues, you know, because it's not a good thing. Like I said earlier, you know, it is not healthy, you know, because I'm the type that if my wife and I have an issue today is Saturday, we have an issue today, it will, you know, affect my next day, which will be Sunday. So if I'm at work, I'll be moody. If I'm home with her, I'll be moody. If we go out, I'll be moody.
He has very little emotional intelligence. She does too, because he holds on to grudges. So you mad, you gonna be mad Monday, Sunday, and be mad at work. You predicting it already that you're gonna be still mad. See, young. And he got energy like that. He got that time to do. She obviously got that time also.
And she knows it. She knows that part
And then
of
for
me.
me, I'm just like, look, I ain't trying to be around someone who got a bad attitude because I'm not trying to be in that type of mode. You know what I'm saying?
So I try not to, so I try my best. We have an issue, we resolve the issue. Sometimes we'll be having sex and I'll be like, babe, I'm sorry,
They're just gonna ignore each other.
My wife calls that makeup.
They're gonna walk through the house and ignore each other for a couple of days. Yeah, this is a kid relationship.
Having sex and I'll be like, babe, I'm sorry, my wife calls that makeup sex, but we don't really do that all the time anyways. But
so even sometimes when he tries to hold on to a mood, attitude, I'll come up and I'll start kissing him, like, babe.
He said
makeup sex, but we don't really do that all the time. So I try not to, so I try my best. We have an issue, we resolve the issue. Sometimes we'll be having sex and I'll be like, babe, I'm sorry, my wife calls that makeup sex, but we don't really do that all the time anyways. But
so even sometimes when he tries to hold on to a mood, attitude, I'll come up and I'll start kissing him, like, babe, you gotta let it go. Yeah. Come on now.
So I'll be asking myself that what kind of human being is my wife? Because I'm like, damn, how can we have an issue?
That's the first time I ever seen him hug her. That's the first time. Let's remember that.
Just right away, and then my wife would just come and behave as if nothing happened. But that is not who I am, but I'm learning that from her. Right. Because I think 2 days ago we had an issue, and then all of a sudden I just switched from that mood to a different mood, and then she was like, wow, she's surprised I'm doing it too. I'm learning a lot from her, because sometimes I feel like, well, her kind of human being is different, guys. I'm beginning to learn a lot.
What kind of human being are you?
I'm beginning to learn a lot from my wife, so
we're learning from each other, so it's working out. And so we just wanted to share this video with you guys to let you guys know that this is what we go through. This is how we solve our problem. Right. And there's still more problems we're still working on, but this was the major one. And we will.
But you know what? I still don't know how they solve their problems. I hear them talking about communication a lot, but I still don't see how they've solved their problems. I don't see that. I don't even see how they've worked through their problems. Because that just, from what this was, showed me things are getting bad. That's a convict, that's a convict body jam, Jars. It's just strong. It's like very strong to me. Like, it don't look soft. She doesn't look feminine. Like, women are fit. They look soft. She don't look soft. A 20-year-old be hunching like rabbits. Yes, girl. Too much information. Who the HEL wants to know about her personal life? Thank you, not us. Nobody. She think we all do. She think we jealous. She can't handle that young man. No, she can't. Inappropriately, too much information. Whatever the age of the man. Yep. Too much information. Thank you, London lady. No matter what age he is. You can't deny nature that Pixie wasn't rest. That oh my God. Oh my God. And on that note, we're gonna go to the next video. Because it's Sunday and I can't hold y'all. Can y'all believe they want us to come to school tomorrow? They told us to come to school tomorrow and start decorating.
Well,
that's what they told us. They said, since we paying y'all through the summer, y'all still owe us time. I just laughed because I couldn't believe it. Yeah, because normally I'll be in Africa. So I'm like, wow. So yeah, they want us to come to work tomorrow. So I said, yeah, I'll come. I mean, I ain't gonna argue with them people. So I'll go up there. I'm gonna go up there because I got a lot to do. So we're gonna get off here like real soon. So look, this is the next video, right? Now in this video, this is what I want y'all to check out. She talking about she's been scammed. All right. She's been scammed, okay? And this is what I want y'all to hear, okay? It's called, let me just put it on so y'all can listen to it. Because I couldn't believe, I'm like, lady, it sounds like you being scammed now and you don't even know it. Hold on. Listen to this, y'all.
Exciting to talk about some stuff that I've been seeing a lot of online and been hearing from some people that I know and about the scammers. Yeah, it's really a sad story because a lot of us women, it happens to the men, it happens to men too, but to the women, that it really gets played to the fullest. So let me just tell you this. When I met my husband, he didn't tell me his real age. There was one point
He didn't tell me his real age. That sounds like a scam.
I think we had known each other for a few weeks or so. Then he was asking me about some money.
After a few weeks, he asked you for some money. That sounds like a scam.
And I was like, oh no, like, you know, like I don't know who you are, really. I just only known you for a short while. You talking about giving me some land so you could get some money, and because he was in a tough situation.
So she said he was in a. Let's break this down. She said something about some land. He needed some money so he can get some land because he was in a tough situation.
In a tough situation.
Let me go back.
You know, like I don't know who you are, really. I just only known you for a short while. You talking about giving me some land so you could get some money, and because he was in a tough situation.
So he can get some land. Give him some money so he can get some land because he's in a tough situation. I wonder if that's the land that she has now that's just being disputed in the court system. What do y'all think? Sound like a scam to me. But let's continue.
So of course I didn't do it because I know about the scammer stuff, but luckily that wasn't the case. So I was one of the lucky ones.
So what does that mean? Luckily that wasn't the case. She said she didn't do it, but luckily that wasn't the case. I didn't get it. What does she mean? She didn't do it, but luckily that wasn't the case. How do you know that wasn't the case unless you gave him the money? So I don't get that. That don't make sense to me.
Who got to meet a real person that was not trying to scam anybody. But it's a lot going on. So I've been there though. I've been scammed before. And I was talking to a guy online for 6 months. We never video chatted. And at this point in time, this was many years ago. I didn't even know anything about online stuff. Somebody introduced me to online dating, and that's how I ended up chatting with this particular guy. And I picked somebody from the US, and come to find out he was from Nigeria. And it went on for 6 months, and I didn't know about the video calling, all that kind of stuff. So later on, I ended up finding an article. It was talking about scamming. I'm like, no, not this guy. It ended up being a scammer. So needless to say, you know, I don't talk to that person anymore. But I would like for you ladies to know, everybody to know that, you know, you got to pay attention to these red flags. If they want to keep you a secret, they don't want to introduce you to your family, their families. And even with the family thing, you got to be careful because they'll introduce their family, their wife, as a sister, auntie or something. And I've heard a story where a lady was dating a guy, and you know, she come to find out later that the lady that she thought was his sister and the kids that she thought was his sister's kids was actually his wife and his kids. So you really got to pay attention. You got to really do your due diligence and finding out who you're dating. They're very slick, especially with the online stuff these days. They got ways of making you think you're talking to somebody in your same country. They got these platforms that they can do video calls to you and show a video of the person that you saw in a picture. But it's really not that person, it's the scammer guy. They've really got sophisticated with a lot of ways of dealing with people online, faking you out. So, you know, you got to ask a lot of questions. You got to do sneaky things. You got to like catch them in a moment, test them, ask something crazy and see what their answer would be. If you're actually around them, tell them to take you to the whole family, and then ask the people around them, like, tell me about this person, tell me about that person, because if they don't know the secret, they ain't gonna do nothing but tell you the truth. So
everybody, let me let her finish.
You know, you just have to really do your part, because you know you got to pay attention to how much they ask you for, how many times they ask you for money, how many times they ask you for help,
how many times they asked you for money, what they asked you for. So they are asking her for stuff, and she is giving them stuff. Okay, she is giving them stuff.
How many times did they don't have time to come see you? How many times they don't have time for you to come see them? You know, how come you can't go visit their family? How come you can't go to their town? And remember everything that they tell you so you can bring it back on them again later, and then try to get to that part where they was talking about, oh, I'm from this side of the town. Okay, well, let's go over there. Oh, a story, excuse why they can't. No, we want to go. If you can't go, then, you know, I don't have time, because, you know, if you can't prove to me that what you're saying is true, then how am I to believe that what you're saying to me is really real? So you have to really put your questions out there. You have to really press. Don't be scared. Don't be thinking that you can't be without this person, because you can. Because if they're really real, they're going to do the real things.
So that's why I didn't understand why she knew so much about being scammed. Well, let me tell y'all something. There's something called a suckers list, okay? And the scammers will put you on a suckers list, and they'll pass your information around to other scammers, and they'll tell you, oh, she easy to be scammed. Okay. So I'm just shocked that she knows so much about the scammers, and she's so, involved with the scammers, like being scammed. And the people being scammed usually be scammed more than once, okay? Because they got that scammer mentality. You can get scammed, all right? But my question is, if you know so much about it, why do you think this dude is not scamming you? Why did you think he's not scamming you? Now, he telling you he works from 6 o'clock, that he works 6 days a week, all day, and he sleep there, and he only got 1 day off, and you believe that? And he can't come home because it's too far. He worked 24 hours a day, and she believed that. But she know all this stuff that she teaching us about scammers, but she don't believe she's being scammed. When he told her, first off, I need this money for some land. I'm in a situation and I need this money for some land. But you married somebody who was in a situation who needed money for land. I would have never married that person. I would have ran as fast as I could to get away from that person. That's what I'm saying. People think they know everything, but they don't know nothing. Then they want to come on here and tell us foolishness. And then you see all these women being unalived in Ghana and in Gambia because they following a bunch of fools.
Oh, I'm telling you guys, it's really bad. It's really happening, and it's happening a lot more because the sophistication is really, really sophisticated. So pay attention, and like I say, ask questions, because the scammer stuff. There's women who's lost their homes or jobs because they're giving their money to these men, or they get the guys and they bring them to U.S. and then they'll fake this abuse from the wife, and then you will go to jail. They living in your house. While you go to jail, you can't even come back to your own house because they claimed abuse. So they get this type of protection from immigration that allows them to stay under abuse law. You guys really.
Oh, that's the new law. Y'all better pay attention to that, because that's their new scam. That is their new scam. Yeah, they'll get you to get in an argument with them, and honey, get you to swing on them, hit them, or anything. Oh yeah, they're gonna call the police on you. They're going to file a domestic asylum thing. They're going to say you was abusive. They're going to take pictures. They're going to try to get a whole thing together. Yeah. And file charges against you. Do whatever they can do to get domestic violence charges against you so they can stay in here. That is the new thing that they are doing. That is no lie.
Just really, 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 And it's sad that the type of people that they target the women that they think is easy. They target the women they think is desperate. They target the big women. They target women who don't look good. But to me, everybody's beautiful.
See, women like her, she don't think she's included in that what she just named. And that's what's so sad. She don't think she's talking about herself.
But that's just how they perceive things. That's just how they think. And then they find someone who has low self-esteem. So regardless if you're big, you're fat, you're skinny, you're tall, you're rich, you're poor, you're cute, or you're ugly, have self-esteem about yourself, because there's somebody for somebody all the time. There's somebody for everybody. You just have to be patient and hopefully that you find that person. So just do your diligence and do your research. Take your time. Don't fall for any old thing. Don't feel like you have to be with a certain person. Don't feel like you're forced to be with a certain person. And don't think that just because you got this person, if you lose this person, that you won't get nobody else again, because you will. There's somebody for everybody. Don't forget too that they also coming in to us women as Christians. They know that, especially the people that believe in God and Christ and their strong religion backgrounds, they will play on that right there. They'll be like, God said that we belong together. God said that we were meant to meet. God said this. God said that. It's God's will. So they will play on all that to get to you. So let me tell you, the one guy that I was telling you about that I was talking to.
Let me tell y'all about this YouTube person before we go ahead, before she tells the story about the Christians, how they'll play like Christians. It's a YouTube lady. I think her name is Melrose or something like that. Melrose, I think that's her name. Well, Melrose she's a Christian lady, okay? And she talks about, being a Christian single mother. Well, she met a man. All right. She met a man on, I forgot, was it Instagram? It was something, a Ghanaian man. Okay. He was telling her how, just what this woman said, how God was telling her them two should be together and them two should do all this and that together. And she goes all the way to Ghana to see this man. They planning on getting married. They planning on coming back here. He coming back here and everything. Come to find out, this man had lied to her about everything, including his age. He was some little small child pretending to be, well, I ain't gonna say a child. He was, scratch that. He was a young guy. He was like a teenager. He was like 18, 19. Okay. And she was like 28. She was so upset. Y'all have to go watch it. If I remember, I'll put it in there so you can see it.
For 6 months plus. It was hard for me to believe that he was a scammer because that was what he did. He was talking about God and church. And I went into church at the time, and we had got on the subject of I've been wanting to go to church. And so he convinced me to go to the church that I wanted to go to. I went the day and I liked it. And he talked so strongly that church is where you belong. You need God. Go back to church. Listen, you need him in your life. He's going to save you, blah, 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 blah. And I went back to church and got in the choir and Bible study and joined the church and everything. And then later he found out he was a scammer. I was like, how is that possible? Like all this God stuff you was just talking to me about, and you end up being a scammer. Luckily for me, I ended up making him, I confronted him really deeply and really hard. I had to manipulate myself back into him to get him to kind of open up. I had to use our love to get him to come clean about who he was and what he was really doing. So he finally decided to do a video with me. That's how I knew he was from Nigeria. When we did a video call, he was not the person that was in the picture. So, you just have to, you gotta really be tough about it. And sometimes it's hard, I get it, because you get these feelings, you start feelings for this person. You start, like all these emotions starts coming to you, especially when there's these feelings that you haven't felt in a long time, and that person makes you feel those things. Because you can feel those things through chatting and video calling and phone calling and all that kind of stuff. You can actually do those types of.
That's what I was telling you about. That's the loneliness. See, because that's fulfilling that need. Okay. So they're going to call you. They're going to talk to you. You're going to get all your needs fulfilled through that loneliness, from that loneliness that you're feeling through that conversation. Yeah, she's right. That's what you're getting from it. She's telling you about herself here.
Feelings. But, you just really have to channel them the right way. So, again, I say, you guys do your due diligence at researching, do your due diligence at questioning, do your due diligence at talking a lot and bringing back up what was said, but bring it up a different way, to try to see if you can catch them in a story, talk about their family and their kids and everything all the time, because they're not going to remember everything they said all the time. And just switch it up, talk about something and bring it up. Or just say out the blue, oh yeah, you remember when you told me that day that your son or your child that you have, how old was your son again? How old your children again? Just bring it up like out the blue, and they'll be thinking, oh, did I tell?
I'm not going to tell you to do all that. See, she wasting too much time. He done lied about some stuff. Something's not right, but you're going to stay and you're going to keep on waiting until he bring it up again. And then, no, I don't think so. When it's time to go, it's time to go. No, it ain't none of that. It ain't none of that. From jump, this ain't right. Time to get up out of here. But she wants you to keep going. She wants you to keep going through it. She wants you to keep on. No. When you suspect it ain't right, it's time to go. Now, this is August of 2023, what we're looking at right now. All right. Now, again, August 2023, we can still see this relationship is having all types of power problems. There is no mutual respect going on in this relationship, but for some reason, she still thinks she is this relationship guru. All right, so let's look at this one.
It took a big toll on the relationship to the point where at one point I was like, I was just trying to figure out the best way to life with our marriage, and this is where we are right now.
Right. Anyway, so our page hasn't been active for a while now, but we've seen our subscribers, increase.
So let me tell you what's happening here. So they haven't been on the channel, okay? And people are wondering what's going on, because all of a sudden the lovebirds telling everybody how to be happy in their passport granny relationship has just disappeared from YouTube. All right. So that last video we saw about them having these terrible conflicts, that was probably it. Now, here they just showed up and they're explaining to us.
So I told my wife that, hey, it's been a while we posted a video, but We've got some
People are still
new,
watching.
we've got some new subscribers.
Either people are finding us or people are referring us. Either way, we thank you guys.
Thank you so much, and then we really appreciate you all. You know,
Right.
we
So
love you so much.
the reason, you know, we've been a little distant in our videos is because during our projects, you know, which we had to put on hold because we are now in court. That whole process all has the building, and then not even of course it's the building part is what put a strain on us mentally, physically, financially,
you know,
emotionally.
it was really, really draining us, especially me.
Right.
The reason why I'm saying especially me is that sometimes we go to we have our so currently we were.
I want y'all to look at his face in this video. That's when I knew he was done. He was done. He was done with everything. And then when she was going through all this stuff with the land, it was really bad. How she was talking and got into it with the lawyers, and the lawyers was like, tell her she got to go find. I'm just like, he's done with her. She's too out of control. It was bad. Just look at his expression. Everything. He looks cold to me. Like he looks just cold, like he's gone now. Like his heart is turned against her.
We were working on two sides, so we go there, we come back home, and I'm just mad. So anything that you know I shouldn't be mad at, I will be mad because of just going to the sites and then seeing the building coming back home. You know, and my reason for getting mad is you know the money that has gone into that is a lot of money. You know, it's hundreds and thousands of cities, and that is a lot for someone to mess up your project for you. And it's not just one; it's a day, like 2 projects. You know. So it's very annoying sometimes. I come home and then I unleash a bit of my anger on my wife because she might ask me a question and then I'll just, you know.
When he tried to suggest some things to me and I'm just like trying to figure out the best way.
And in their culture, they'll say all these bad things are happening to you because you married that old woman. That old woman has a curse on her. That's what happens when you married old women. Nothing good is going to happen to you. Didn't they say that? They were going to use all kind of wives' tales against you. So that's what they're telling him. You better believe somebody telling him that in his ear. It's because that's who you're with. The ancestors are punishing you for being with that granny.
I can. I was getting defensive with things he would say. You know, I would feel like he's blaming me because it ain't working right, or he's blaming me because I didn't pick the right person. You would think I'm not listening to him when I was, but I was just trying to figure out the best way that would make everybody happy, including the contractor, which was not part of, that's not how it's supposed to be, because the contractor is supposed to do as what we want. And so, you know, it was just really.
So the problem right here, the big problem too, is why is she making all the decisions? You hear that? I picked the contractor. I did this. I did that. Maybe if she would have got out the way and stood back a little bit, you know, been in the background making decisions, not in the forefront or making them as a team, maybe that would have worked a little better for her. But it seemed like she was leading the project. She would not let him take the lead. So now he's mad because he feel like, well, that's because you picked him and you did this, you know, and you didn't let me help. You didn't let me assist. And now this is what we get. And that's exactly what you get. So you can't throw a fit.
A lot, and it took a big toll on our relationship to the point where at one point, you know, it was like, we need some space, you know. But we had to realize, like, it's not us. Us is not the issue. It was our communicating and dealing with what we had to deal with. You know, like we said, you know, we met in February. I left in June. I was gone for 3 weeks. I came back, and then he left at the end of July. He was gone and came back until in October. We moved in right away. We got married in January, and then we lived.
So they moved in October of what, 22? They moved into the house with each other. They got married in January of 23. This is August of 23. Now look at this man's face. Wow. Look at this man's face. Wow. This is bad.
Living in together, and then we're dealing with these projects. So it was a lot, you know, and we still was just learning each other still, you know, as we said before. So all that just took a toll on us, and it took us learning each other again. You know, it took us learning each other's ways. It took us learning each other's attitudes. And so now we're at that point where our relationship, there's always room for improvement, but we're good. You guys, like, we're just extremely good.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. I told my wife I think it's good now because
we're good. Who they trying to convince, us or them? Who are they trying to because you just told us you lost so much. You've lost so much. And then you come right out and tell us that you're good. Okay, if you say so.
we ended up suing the contractor in court, you know, so now we don't have to deal with the building. even though the building isn't good, because it's in court, like, I'm a bit okay now.
Right. So even that, like, that's not part of our relationship, is to communicating how to understand each other better, because it took a minute. It really did. But we're good now. We still got some ways to go, but
We're so frustrated because now they're suing the person in court. Now they're in court. Sound just like the passport people, don't it? Sound just like them repats. They forever suing the person in court. Wow.
like 70-80% way better than what we were before you guys. So
Anyways, that is the reason why we haven't had a chance to be on YouTube.
Come to you guys and see
because it's a lot, to make a video, to edit a video, to make to make a thumbnail, and
that's a lot of work.
I do all that by I do all that by myself. I do everything.
I like to sit here and make it talk.
That's what my wife has been doing. I do the talking, and then when I'm done, I take my laptop, my mobile phone, and then I do my editing.
But we're good, you guys. We're really good. We're about to move, and so.
Right. We'll be moving out of here, because the landlord wants a lot of money, and it's crazy. So I told my wife.
It's crazy because we shouldn't have to be paying anything because our building's supposed to be ready, for us to move into. So, but luckily his family came through for us, and they're allowing us
to stay in their house that they have built and never, had a chance to even
live in it yet,
So we'll be moving out there too.
Oh, so his family has a house. Y'all hear that? His family has a house that they can move into that they haven't moved into yet. Interesting. So I wonder if she's still in that house, because she didn't have to pay. I wonder if she had to pay to move into that house.
We stayed there for a couple of years, so we figure out, our building, what we're gonna do.
Right. So we're grateful for that. So
yeah.
As we said, we're here. We're good. We're moving forward. I'm sure some of you guys might be learning where we are because they might be wondering if we're still together.
Yeah, people be wondering because it's been, I think, if I'm not mistaken, probably about 3 months.
If people are waiting, some people are definitely waiting for us to not make it. And, hey, I understand. Like, I ain't even mad at them because I would be like, no, I wonder how long that's gonna last too. But
nobody's waiting for them not to make it. It's just we see what's the writing on the wall, and we don't believe this storyline that you're trying to sell us. Now, I don't know how I would feel about being 60-something years old with a 20-something-year-old, and I got to go to his parents and live in his parents' house. I don't know if I would like that. I don't know if I would want to be in that situation. I don't know.
We are doing well, and for all you, we are doing well, guys, and we want to thank God for that. I thought people is being God because it's not easy, because most of the things my wife and I go through, it wouldn't be easy on some other couples, It's just figuring out how to communicate.
Right. They keep saying this communication lie. That's their little thing. Communicate. That's the only word they know. No, honey, it's past communication. Y'all don't even like each other. Y'all don't even have mutual respect for each other. Y'all don't even have what it takes to make their relationship work. Again, the mutual respect. Y'all don't even have that, and no affection whatsoever. But y'all want us to believe that this is a love made in heaven and you're just going through it. No.
And just talking to, reaching out to other people to help us get through some of this sometimes. Because you need people to talk to, And when you talk to other people, you don't necessarily have to say what your real problem is, or you don't even have to say it's you. Just say, you're seeking some advice, and people give you good advice, and you don't know if it's right or not, but at the end of the day, it's still your choice on what you do. So if we was to say something to you guys that we would like you guys to take from us, that is, learn to communicate with your partner. Learn to be patient with your partner. Learn to put yourself in your partner's shoes so you can kind of understand what they're going through. And that's something that we had to do, because I'll be like, hey, so if that was you, and this was me, and this was happening, how would you feel? And so it takes that role play sometimes to really understand another person.
I just can't believe you moving into this man's mama's house at 60-something years old, and you really on here trying to tell us what to do. Because see, they done raise the rent because they know that you a passport granny and you got money. They gonna take it all from you. So your rent got raised sky high, and now you got to go run to this man's mama's house. And we supposed to take advice from you? Yeah, if this man has money like that, comes from people like that, where they have a house, a home already built that's extra, y'all think he gonna be with her for real? That was to get some money.
They say you don't know what a person is going through until you have to go through it yourself, and that's a true statement. That's a very true statement.
She might have presented herself like she had more money than she did, because I don't understand. I don't understand why you got to go live in your in-laws' house. And when you living in their house, honey, you can't be talking back. You can't be jumping up in this man's face. You can't be doing nothing. This man will put you out on the street. You won't have no place to go for disrespecting him. You don't disrespect him in his house.
So with that being said, you guys, again, continue to share our videos. Get people to subscribe, like, and share these videos, because we always got something going. So he tried to put me on the spot.
Anyway, you guys should help share our videos, and then the more you share, people are going to subscribe. The more you interact with us in the comment section. Please. You like the video or recommend our videos to other people.
Definitely not recommending. It's a bonus if it happens. If it happens, we're not tripping on,
because they're trying. The channel's not monetized, and they want the channel to be monetized because they need more money.
For the money that we have to make.
Right. So, but anyway, you guys, please share, subscribe.
I think it is monetized, but I don't know. They said they have money, and then they go back and say that they need you to watch the videos and do the whole routine.
Refer, comment.
All right.
Because we want to interact with you guys. We really do. We want to.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get this other one queued up. And okay, and then I'll go get.
Okay.
I'll go see y'all comments. Yeah, he work at a dog pound. See, second with you. I just know this. I just not. Wait a minute. Sec with you is just not his priority. But trust and believe. Oh my God, he banging and slanging it elsewhere, mama. Oh my God. She can't keep up with him. No, she can't. She cannot. She cannot. And I wouldn't. I don't even know why she would want to try. I don't even know why she would want to try. And then come and try to make us think she can. Then make a whole video later on about how she can't. How she wanted to be tired and go to sleep. Yes, I watched him a bit last night. His birth. Didn't I tell you? Did he make that film? A lot of in bed stuff. Girl, just keep watching all the little trips. But it's sad though. It's just sad because now you see how he ain't nowhere around Jam Jars. He's nowhere. It is sad. I feel sorry for her. So this dark place where she is, that must be his parents' house. Now she's 60-something, living in this young man's parents' house. Sounds like she's talking about a son or a nephew. Flexing. Yeah, that's what it's called. Granny Coochie Flex. Yep. I wonder if they all claim to have a passport problems or being wanted by the police so they can't return to the U.S. like E.S. told President Yoko lies to avoid when you all have to take me to America question. Victory Music says, peace. What is not mature enough for? What is he not mature enough for? Imagine being a woman and raising your girl. No, I don't even want to imagine that. So his behavior already has an excuse. He can do what he wants. Yes, exactly. Okay, she is giving relationship advice to another passport granny. Yes, that's who she's giving this to. Certainly not us, honey. But you are dealing with a young man. She knows. That's why she bladders 10 to the dozen. Exactly. When you come to someone as a friend, you don't get into a relationship with them. You do not. My mom used to say you can't raise them twice. No, you can't, Jam Jars. This is sickening. Very. Victory Music says, if you are a wife, you are already a friend. Sounds like this young man tickle her youth with, they get reminded when I can't afford to be young and free when I am still building a future. Wow. Okay, so look, let's go to this next video so we can hurry up. Y'all remember this ain't Saturday, this is Sunday. So let's go to the next one. Let me see where we're going to start this one. This one we are going to start. So this one, She's talking about guarding your heart and breaking away, building healthy relationships. Again, she's telling us how to build a relationship. But at this point, I'm wondering how a couple who has power struggles, who don't mutually respect each other, which was the key to having this age gap relationships, which we know she emasculates him. We know she objectifies him. So we know this is not an age gap relationship. We know this is a passport granny relationship because she does this freely in front of the camera. Okay. It's going to tell us how this stuff is telling us how healthy the relationship is. Okay. So she is the one who's told us about her relationship and how bad it continues to be. So let's check out this one and we'll go from here.
You guys, hello, welcome back to Daniel and Von's channel. We had a little getaway, so we woke up this morning and we figured we'd do a video for you guys because we had a thought, so we'd like to share. So, yes, we have done a video on being scammed, but we just wanted to kind of recap a little bit because I've been getting a lot of messages and chats with women who are dealing with men. I'm gonna say men here in Ghana, but we know it's all around the Western world, where countries where it's developing, and
Right.
you know the struggle is real for them, extra real. So, and through group chats. So, for example, there are women on mine, and through group chat, there. So these men are coming in to women on mine, and through group chats. So, for example, you might.
So didn't I tell you that's how they're coming in? They're getting in these group chats online and they're targeting you. So that's probably how Kenza babe. Kenza wished she was a babe. I bet you that's how she met her man.
Be in a group, you know, that's dealing with buying things. Well, or even traveling, especially the traveling. If you got a group of traveling and there's people in there that are coming in as tour guides and all that kind of stuff, you know, that's their way of
Getting access to you.
yeah, you know, entering their way into you, and then once that happens, then they'll start making you feel like that you're friends. Then they get these business ideas and they want you to invest with no intentions of
Like her friend, like the friend, the lady with the big dude, the chubby dude. That's my boyfriend. He got these. We put these business ideals together. I'm gonna invest it in there, and she dang on sure did.
a return. So,
Well, what you just said is funny. That's why I'm smiling.
okay. Well, yeah,
Right.
because there's no return. There's no refund coming back to you guys. You know, no interest, no nothing. It's just all about them getting their way. And you know, they'll make you feel like that you're the best thing for them. He's the best thing for you. You guys are meant to be. This is God's will. Like this whole thing.
Exactly.
And the whole time they may have another family somewhere just waiting for him to get set so he can help them.
So I don't know why she doesn't think that applies to him, and he is a very young man, and that's what he's out to do. But she doesn't think that applies to her.
So, like I said, we're here just to enlighten you guys a little bit more on those things because I've been seeing a lot of it. And it's a very sad thing. I know people personally that's going through it and they're heartbroken. They just, you know, the whole world is turned upside down because they changed their world for them, you know, and they've helped them out so much and they lost so much money and they're struggling just to keep themselves afloat while they're in the US and they're sending all the money and stuff to the guys here. Now, let me also say that it is not just women who are going through it though, it's men as well. And it might be more women than men. You know, we really don't know the statistics behind it, but it happens. And we really believe it's more women because women are more gullible than men, you know, when it comes to love and needing that attention and affection from somebody. So yeah, you know, we just want to just, you know, bring this awareness to you guys even more because it's happening every second of the day.
Right.
And that's sad to say that's how often it is, but it's every
And then,
second
you know,
of the
we were
day.
even talking about it before we decided to make the video. And, you know, some of the things that we were talking about, I ended up saying that, you know, some people will be like, oh, you know, when you marry an African, don't think of bringing them to the Western world, you know, whether it's UK, whether it's Germany, whether it's the US, you know, Canada, or anywhere in the West, you know. But I was telling my wife that, you know, sometimes it's just the individual characteristics, you know. If a person is a fool, no matter where you take them, they'll still be a fool, you know. So the fact that some people from Africa are doing
Exactly. So if you're going to be a fool in the United States, you're going to be a fool in Africa. What did she say happened here in the United States? In the United States. In the United States, she was scammed twice. Was it twice or once? She was scammed in the United States. All right. I think it was twice. So this lady was a fool in the United States for these young boys, young men, excuse me. I mean, young men. These are over 18 people. So let's go right here.
That. But I just wanted to say this one story about this one lady that I met. So I met this one lady through a group that I'm on, and she came to Ghana. Just saying she was coming to Ghana. I asked her to bring me something. So she comes because she's dating a guy here, and he was a young guy too. And but not that that's a.
Of course, he was a young guy. We know he was a young guy. Anybody who's dealing with you is dating young guys.
Problem because you know.
Look at this. Look. Humiliated me again. That's what he's saying. He's saying she humiliated me again. And I need to snapshot that one. To screenshot that one. That's a good one. Look at her face. Look at her face. But she's on here giving you all kind of relationship advice. Humiliated this man, belittled this man, and emasculated him again. His face says it all.
Anyway, she came here and she wanted to hang out with me, have some girl time. It was her first time here and she wanted me to help her out and show her some things around. So she left to go to another region with her guy from where he's from. And when she got there, I didn't hear from her for like 3 or 4 days. And she was telling me she was going to make sure she called me. But I didn't hear from her for 3 or 4 days. And then when I finally did hear from her, she had got back to Accra. And she's like, girl, you won't believe what just happened to me while I was up there. And I was like, what? You guys broke up? You found out something about him? She was like, no, I'm married. I'm like, married? She was like, yeah. She's like, I don't know how it happened. I'm married now. So she gets back to the U.S. And then like a couple months later, she calls me and she tells me, she starts questioning me, excuse me. She starts questioning me about being married to a Ghanaian guy, how it works being with a Ghanaian man. And because now all of a sudden he's asking for money for him, asking for money for his family. His family is pressuring him. Going to get into the U.S., going to be with his wife. And I'm like, well, didn't you know all this stuff beforehand? Like, right. Was getting married your plan? She's like, no. So I'm saying this to say, you guys got to be careful because there's some sneaky stuff that goes on with certain people here in Ghana.
Now, this is the juju. She's trying to warn you about the juju that they use on you, okay? And this is the same little juju spell they supposedly use on you in the Gambia, okay? So he's trying to, it's in essence, it's a binding spell, all right? So she's basically saying this lady was put on a binding spell, but he's going to downplay it, and that's what I want y'all to see here. This is what I thought was interesting here.
We'll be doing stuff that you won't even know how it happened.
Yep.
So be careful with that.
You just need to be vigilant, especially when you travel to Ghana and Africa, because there are a lot of people that are, desperate for certain things. So you need to watch out. That are desperate for things, they'll do whatever they can to get certain things. And, I strongly believe you need to always keep an eye on the red flags. And I believe again that is God, telling you no,
And then the spiritual stuff, this, what is that they use here?
Yeah, in Ghana, we call it the juju thing. Some people will say black magic, but we call it juju.
So I don't know how really true it actually is because I haven't experienced that, but I've heard a lot about it. But what I understand, if I'm not mistaken, is that it can only really work on you if you've actually done something wrong, right?
No, that depends. That is if somebody.
That is not true. That is not true. And he gonna say that depends. Okay, depends on what? Let's see.
He's casting a spell on you. Then say maybe I steal your phone, and then out of pain, you will take me somewhere to cast a spell. Yes, it's gonna work.
He said out of pain. Out of pain. Out of pain. You take me somewhere and cast a spell on me because I stole your phone. What?
From you, but when it comes to the love stuff, usually when I don't know, maybe the person get access to your picture. Sometimes they put something in a drink or in the food for you, those kind of stuff.
And he cooked for her all the time.
Oh, so I have another story that's something like that.
She don't know how to cook his food.
Lady that I know. Okay, so that'll be for another time. And that'll be another subject actually that we'll talk about. So we just want to
all right, so that's what I wanted y'all to see on that one. that how he downplayed the whole Juju Connect there. And I'm like, oh no, honey, you need to tell her the truth that stuff goes on over there just like it goes on in Nigeria. So then, right before we see the land issue video, we see this video. He make this video just out the blue. And I'm like, why is he making this video talking about how much he loved his wife? You know, and then I'm like, okay, look how she looked. Look how the house looked. Look how her head tie look. And you making a video. But I wonder if this is the new house too, y'all. Okay, let's get these comments real quick because we got to hurry up. It's getting late. I totally agree between the heat and the difference of food consumption. Talk less on Juju. We just ain't cut out for this long term. He is making her ass, yeah. Yep, laughing at all the way to the bank. He sure is. She's living that same story right now. Yeah, and she don't even know it, honey. Kiki, I'm convinced that these grannies are mentally declined. Something just, no, it's not right because you don't notice what's going on with you, but you can sit up here and talk about what's going on with somebody else. That's going to be her story. He's going to take it all. Yep. True, exactly. She just meant she can't control. She just met one she can't control. Jam Jar says you're right. Okay. Matador, I don't feel sorry for her. She knows she's in what she's in for from the start. She has no idea what she signed up for. We'll take a lot of her bounce back when she's finally accepted, given her mature age. Yep, she will. And I think she has accepted it. The woman is talking about herself. She sure is. I'm slowly starting to feel, and you know what? I did too, Matador. I started feeling sorry for her too. And there's some crazy stuff. I'm embarrassed. I'm going to be visiting Ghana or Gambia. These seniors are embarrassed. I'm not going to be. Yes, they are embarrassing. Yes. He certainly knows a lot about how it happens exactly, but he didn't tell the truth. He never leans into her. It's the body language for me. You're right. He never does. He never does. He never acts like he's interested in her. Women talking like she ain't being scammed. A lady, why else would a 26-year-old be with a granny? He's waiting for you to pass away, get your house, land, and Social Security. Thank you, Yolanda. Thank you, honey. That's the truth. That is the honest to God truth. That is the honest to God truth. I see Prince's sister-in-law when they ain't into it. She gonna have to bow to her in-laws. She sure is living in their house, honey. She gonna have to bow to everybody living in that house. She better not buck up to him or say nothing crazy to him at all. Incarceration is documented to stunt individuals' mental growth. Maybe that's what happened to her. She's older than his parents. I bet she is. I bet you she's older than his parents. How can you teach when you haven't learned anything? This makes me think she ain't in prison. That makes me think, wait a minute, she went to prison in her 20s and she's trying to make, it might have been. I don't know. Wash her clothes, cook for her, drive her around. They're going to be rich. Yeah. All the money going to that house. Fix this, fix that. Yeah. Okay, let's get these rest of these videos, y'all, so we can get up out of here. Now, this is the one I can't understand. Now, this is the new house. This must be the family house. Now, look at this house where she living at, and look how she look.
Hey, guys. Welcome to Daniel and Vonsetta.
Look at all the background. The other house didn't look like that. Remember, the other house had some nice furniture. Kitchen didn't look like that because I knew it changed. This place looked darker. But look at the background, and look how she looked. But he wanted to film a video showing everybody how wonderful she was, looking like that.
It is late. It is 8 p.m. here in Ghana, almost 9 p.m. And I just want to, say a very big thank you to my wife. She has no idea I'm going to be uploading this video, but of course, she just heard it.
Right.
Because my wife and I are watching Freebie, and I was minding my own business, so I told her if she could get me a smoothie. And she has an amazing one that she's making with protein, banana, and other stuff that I'm not gonna share with you guys. I'm just joking. And pineapple, with other fruits. And guys, it's so beautiful. It's so nice.
Can
But
y'all believe this? This is just it's so beautiful. It's so nice. It's just so full of y'all know what.
anyways, the reason why I'm thanking my wife is because she really takes real good care of me. We were all watching the movie. We were all listening around, and I told her I wanted this, and she never said anything. She just stood up, walked her ass into this kitchen, and can
Wow.
you show that to the camera, please? And that's what she did for me. And guys, I'm about to enjoy this.
Wow.
Anyways, thank you so much, babe. I love you so much. I really appreciate you so much, and I humbly pray for good.
Now, why would he film her looking like this? Again, this man is, she's talking about red flags. There's so many red flags that this man does not care anything about this lady. Why would he film her like that? And to say this is a I love you video, but I'm filming you looking like that? They know the red flags. She knows so many of the red flags, but she don't know the red flags when when it pertains to her. Now, all right, we are now in, because I did a timeline because I love timelines. Okay, now we're going to September. By September, Vonsetta, after he made this I love you video, we don't hardly see the husband anymore. Now Vonsetta is involved in a serious land dispute. You heard me? A land dispute. And it got bad. It got bad.
Well, hello everybody. Oh my goodness, you guys. I know it's been a minute. We haven't really done a lot of videos and stuff, and this video will not be edited like our past videos. My husband has been working a lot, so he hasn't really had time to do too much of anything, so that's why our videos has not been active for a while. But for me, I'm just plain and simple. I do the video and I load it. So I might do some editing here and there of my own little stuff, and when he get a chance, he might do something to help it out. But he works a lot, and he's tired.
Remember, he works 6 days a week, 24 hours a day at the dog pound.
When he do have the chance to come home, so I don't press him for anything too much. But I do just want to say, you guys, I've been going through it. This court stuff, this building stuff is not easy. It's no joke. It's not for the weak. Oh my God. So I'm having attorney issues. So my attorney is a woman. I think I just need to start dealing with the women because my contractor was a woman. I don't know. They don't like the way I talk. Hey, I'm me. I can't help it. They can't take the way I talk. But I'm not rude. And for those of you who know me, I'm not rude. I'm not disrespectful. But I do ask questions. If I'm concerned about something, if I'm not happy about something, and if I'm not sure about something, I'm going to ask questions. And if you don't like the questions I ask, then you shouldn't be doing whatever it is you're doing. That has to make me ask those questions, right? You guys, you just don't know. So I'm sitting in my car right now in front of the electric company place. I had to come out here and handle some business here. So this is where I am. So that's why I'm in my car. So with all that being said, let me get into my stress. My stress. Do you guys know in the last 6 months I've heard of 4 people who's died from strokes and from having strokes due to high blood pressure.
And that's what they're going to Africa for. You're going to Africa to have strokes from high blood pressure. That's what they're going for.
Stress. I have high blood pressure. I'm on medication. So I have to make sure that I keep my mind right. And I haven't been. I thought and be around people that I can talk to that can help me deal with what I'm going through. Don't want to be right all the time. No. Why? Then life wouldn't be interesting. If we were all perfect, there would be nothing interesting about life. If we were all right, there would be nothing interesting about life. But what I do know is I'm not kissing nobody's ass. And so yeah, I had lost myself in all this stuff, and I just had to do a reset button. Yesterday was just it. Like I realized yesterday that I'm not going to allow all that bullshit, excuse me, from 2023 to come with me into 2024. That thing's got to put my footwork in to allow those lifelines to reach my hand so I can save myself. But I'm not in a bad situation at this point either. I've lost a lot of money. A lot. And,
wow. That's sad. That's sad. I mean, the way she said, and then the look on her face, then I really feel bad for her. She said, I lost a lot of money. A lot.
I'm not asking folks for help, but hey, if anybody want to help me out, I'm not going to say no.
See, now look, I'm not asking folks for help, but if anybody want to help me out, I'm not going to say no. How many times have we heard that? How many times?
But again, I do have some lifelines that I can try to pull and come work for me. But yeah, I was lost. I wasn't being myself. I'm being so emotional. You guys just don't get it. Imagine, this is my story. I let go of everything I have in the U.S. to come here to Ghana.
Oh God. How many times have we heard this? Here we go again. There we go again.
Build a future in. And then to have to go and invest some money into something that's supposed to be yours, that will help you be where you need to be in life, to be comfortable and just enjoy life, is disrupted by people who don't care, people who don't have common sense, by people who are just for themselves and not for the good of people. We have to fight the world. Life, too much time in money, my energy, my thoughts.
Wow,
I put a whole lot of me into where I am today, from where I came from, to be sitting.
She look like she about to cry, y'all.
Here today to be talking about the bull crap that I've been through. Like, I shouldn't have to be at this point. I'm too old to be like, okay, let me just.
She sure is. You're too old to be going through this nonsense. You need 20-year-old energy to be going through this nonsense. This is the stuff that'll take you up out of here.
Start all over. I can't do that.
Right. You can't do that. You know how hard it is to start all over at that age? And that's what she gonna have to do.
I'm at that age where I'm supposed to be just sitting back and enjoying life. That's what I came here to do. And for somebody to come in and disrupt that, that's hurtful. And then you're in a place that you don't really have much resources. You're in a place where what's going on, the people here don't really fight for you as a American.
But why would they? It's not your country. That doesn't make sense.
Am I an immigrant? To the mind. And that's where I was at. So yesterday was just the top of it. Like, it just blew my lid. Like, I just blew my head yesterday when I had to go through with my attorney. She got mad because I asked her about a court date. When is it? She got mad because she felt like, but she didn't know. She didn't know. I gave her colleague court papers to get.
So let's read this. It says, you remember the day you said the court wouldn't sit, so you had to go without a lawyer to save some costs? Yes, but I also told you the date knowing you'll need it for our records. So she went to court. She told the lawyer she was going to go to court on a date without the lawyer to save some costs. Let's read this again. This is why I like receipts. All right. You remember that day you said the court wouldn't sit, so you had to go to court without a lawyer to save some cost. So this lawyer, sounds like this lady is thinking that you want to go to court to try to save some costs by yourself. Yes, but I also told you the date knowing you'll need it for your records. All right, just for her records. She said, I can't recall then. So she doesn't recall her telling her the date. She just remember her saying that some days, one time she going to have to go to court by herself because she can't afford to pay her to go to court that day. And she says, okay, don't you have the paperwork for the motion? We've been packing something for a week here, some things for a week here, and I can't get the paperwork out. Well, she can't get the paperwork. So she has the paperwork. So she's asking the lawyer, when the day, well, she doesn't know, and she says she can't look it because she's can't look for it because she's packing, and then she says, "Oh, okay."
Give to her with the court dates, and you would think that she would make sure she know that information because after the holiday.
So she says, "Oh, okay," and she says, something. I thought we finished. I don't know what that means. Don't you have the paperwork for your motion? I don't know what TOT means. I don't know what that means. She said they have to file it for you and give you a copy. That's what the lawyer says. I gave your colleagues she said she gave it to her. Vonsetta says she gave it to the colleagues. And she's saying, oh, okay. Then she says, I feel like court in Casso is next week. So can you check, please? She said, please call your friend, the registrar. He can be of help to you. I have no means of checking.
Holidays, court is coming up. You know, I'm asking her. She got mad.
Then she says, why would I go all the way there to check a date? You're my lawyer, and you should have this info because I'm not the only one appearing in court. Is it my job to remind you? No, I should be able to rely on you as my lawyer to provide for information that I need pertaining to the case. Now, remember how she's talking to this lawyer. All right.
She feels like, tell me I should go to the courts and find out. Why should I have to drive all the way up there to the courthouse to find out?
Look what the lawyer said, y'all. This is some stuff I would do. Kindly change your lawyer and have another experience with a different lawyer. Since I am your first lawyer, maybe your new lawyer will do a good job compared to my poor work. Thank you. I'll make your docket available to you Monday, and I will file withdrawal of service. So guess what? All that money she spent on this lawyer, gone. 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 This is what I'm telling you. You don't go over there disrespecting like that. Disrespecting. Passport grannies is a whole disrespect. Now look at this passport granny, what she going through.
When I have a court date, when that is your
because they are rejected socially and culturally.
Is your information you should have, because I'm not the only one going there. You have to be there too. So if you're not knowing when to be there, what?
I don't see why you, instead of saying, okay, thank you, she still goes back and forth with the lawyer. I don't see why you are upset because I'm asking for something that you should have. It's not about you being my first. It's about common sense. That's all. I'm not being rude or disrespectful. I'm only pointing out something that I'm not happy about. I thought you understood how to deal with conflicting issues. I never would have thought of you as a person to give up like this. So she want this lawyer lady to let her just keep talking to her crazy. I told you I didn't have the date. We went to court. I didn't go. My representative wasn't there. Isn't it also common sense that one who attended court should be the person to have the date? I guess that says date.
What happens when I get there and you're not there? Come on now. So I'm asking you these questions.
Yeah, that's what it says. I told you I don't have the date. You went to court. I didn't go. My representative wasn't there. Isn't it also common sense that the one who attended court should be the best person to have the date and not otherwise? I'm very understanding, but not so cheap. Wow. Wow.
Wow. How are you not knowing? Well, I wasn't there. You didn't take a lawyer that day. No.
That's true. She was handling it that day. So now she's blaming it, gaslighting the lawyer, saying it's your fault. You don't know the date. But you the one who went to court because you couldn't afford to pay the lawyer to go that day. And now you're mad because her money's running out. Wow.
No, but I gave the paperwork to your colleague. Did you get that from him?
So she living with the mama, living in the mama and daddy's house at 60-something years old. Her land is in dispute. Her lawyer has walked out. told her find somebody else after she done spent all this money. Wow. And she's still a representative for the passport grannies.
Are you even going to call him and find out? Like, as soon as the holidays was over, you should have been on your cases to find out when they're coming up, because you know that they're going to be coming up after the holidays, man. Come on. Come on. What kind of professional are you? So she proceeds to tell me I need to find another attorney since I think she's doing poor work. Your work ethics are poor, baby. Yes. Your work ethics are poor, boo-boo. If you don't like me asking you about a court date, you don't like me questioning why you don't have that court date, or you don't have that.
This lady don't like accountability. She don't like to be held accountable for her actions. She was wrong on this, all the way wrong. And she blaming the lawyer.
Information because you should. Why are you doing the job you're doing? Maybe you need a job where you don't have to work with people because, you know, you're in the wrong profession. Well, when you say profession, you're just in the wrong area of your field. Maybe you should work behind the scenes so you don't have to deal with people and ask them to, and have them ask you questions. Common sense. So anyway, so after that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this loss. I am. Like, I'm done with the court. I'm done with the courts. I'm going to take this loss. I'm going to step back, release all that crap. I would take my loss and then let me.
So that means she's going to just let it go, y'all. So she's just going to let the land dispute go. So she's going to so that means she's not going to hire another attorney. That means she's just going to let it go. Is that what she's saying? She just going to let it go?
Me move forward and work on what I need to do next to move forward to get through this without all this headache here. So that's where I'm at today. I woke up this morning, jumped out of bed, first thing but also to say to you guys, if something is really, 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 really stressing you so bad, just let it go. Move on. Place is crazy. So I thank you guys for
Wow. That ain't over. It ain't over. Let me go down here. Oh, no, let me go back up here. No, it ain't over. I don't understand what she means. She's going to let it go. And she keeps saying that. So I don't know what she means by that.
Hello, everybody. So hope everybody's doing well.
Y'all think she really means she's just going to let the whole thing go and let the people take the land?
You know, I'm out here at my site. You know, we've been having issues here and things like that. But I decided to come back and fix something that I felt that I need to fix. So I think I've mentioned before, if not, I'm mentioning now that part of this property, part of our land is being encroached on. So this part right here, up to this line, the pillar right here, at the edge of the wall is where our line goes. So you can see from there to here is a lot of space. And from here on down is a lot of space. These people are building. This guy in this house over here, we just found out that he sold this land to somebody. And how do you sell something that doesn't belong to you? Somebody else over here has put a wall up across that way. And so I'm not happy about any of this. At first, you know, I put this wall up myself just to try to protect my land. But my mistake was doing this. I should have just originally took the fence out, took the wall out as far as it went, and stopped at this building and dealt with this later. But so now I am having to knock this wall down and take it back. I wish I could put something across this little area right here to keep them from having access to in here. But I'm gonna fix my wall higher. And we'll see how this goes. I know it's gonna be a battle. They're gonna come in and try to fight for their space and stuff like that. But when they do, present your paperwork that shows that this is yours. Present your legal paperwork and compare your paperwork to mine. But clearly, you can see that there isn't anything that says like that's a land. And then there's a road back here in the back, you know, that is supposed to be there. And they're even building partially on the road. So we're here today. It's my mason back there. We're gonna just, like I said, knock this shit down, take it back, and let them see that this is not theirs. That they have no rights to this at all. I don't care if you pay somebody, you better get your money back because this isn't yours. So I'm here to fight for what's me and my husband's. We're here to fight.
Can y'all believe that? So I'm here to fight. Now she gonna switch and say what's me and my husband. But he ain't out there saying he gonna fight. You are.
I'm here to fight. I'm done with the court stuff. On to the next journey, right?
So what does that mean? I'm done with the court stuff. So how's she gonna fight? She gonna physically fight? If she's not fighting in the court, what does she mean she gonna fight? I'm confused what this woman is talking about. Because she said I'm done with the court stuff.
So this is where I'm at. This is what we're doing. And we'll see how it goes. Yeah, thank you guys for staying in. We're just trying to keep you guys updated on some of the things that's going on with us. I know we haven't been as active as we had been in the beginning.
You're still trying to play like her and this dude together. Lady, please stop. And look how stressed her face looked. This don't even look like the same lady in the beginning. Think about how this lady looked yesterday. And look how she looked now.
As far as us doing stuff together. This is where we are. And let's see what happens. I really expect the people who bought this to show up because they're going to be informed that somebody's over here digging and, you know, doing work over here when originally they think that they got this, but they ain't got this. We got this. So pray for us. Pray, pray, pray. Okay, you guys, thank you. And until later, we'll talk. Well,
hold on.
Well, hello, everybody. So hope everybody's.
That ain't the right one. Wow.
So, you know, I told you guys we was here fixing the wall and things. And so
this is some more about the land dispute, y'all. This is sad. And she going through this by herself. He ain't there. He with the dogs. The day he came, he almost got in a fight. So I guess he said, you ain't taking me out of my character like that because you done got these people all riled up and I'm not even coming out here no more.
I hadn't gotten here to the site yet this morning, but then I got a call from the workers who said that somebody was here telling them that they.
Now she got a call from the workers. Why come he didn't get the call? Why didn't the husband get the call from the workers? He ain't having nothing to do with this project no more.
Can't continue the work. Boy, please. I got here and the person is gone. So I'm waiting for the person to get here. If he comes back, because he knows that someone was coming. And then I hear that he told the workers that if we build the wall, they're going to have the land guards come and break it down.
Wow.
Oh, damn. Do what you got to do. Boo.
Y'all hear that? They said she in a serious land dispute. It done got ignorant. They said if you build the wall, we going to have the workers tear it down.
You're not intimidating me. You're not scaring me. I know I'm only getting back with mine. If you don't understand that, then that's your problem. Plus, what kind of fool would build a building in a road area? Now, mind you, this house back here is the same. They're on the road. They'll get knocked down. Like, why would you put your money into something that you know is not going to be there for a long time? Make it your home. Like, it doesn't even make sense. Why waste that money? It has to be put someplace else where you can build, where you don't have to deal with that. Maybe deal with the land issues, which is harder and longer to deal with than the road issues. So we'll see how it goes, but my workers are working. You can see them over there, and they're going to continue working. They're putting the wall up, and it's going to go to this building right here, because that's part of my man too, as you can see.
It did look like something was tore down. Y'all see that? It looked like that wall was tore. It's like somebody knocked something down right there. Look at that part.
So as you can see where my wall is right here, as I showed in the previous video. So let them do what they want to do. I'm ready for them.
Right there. Look like somebody did knock something down, or either they building it. I can't tell if maybe they building that up.
I'm not easily scared or easily intimidated, especially when I know I'm.
Yes. Here we go again. I'm not scared. I'm not scared and I'm not intimidated. Here we go, because I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight everybody out here over this land that ain't even mine.
Fighting for what's mine.
See, it's not yours.
I'm ready.
Look, I'm ready. I'm ready. Wow. Wow. All right. Let me get y'all video, y'all comments. Then we gonna do. Oh Lord. Okay, hold on. Let's just keep going a little bit more. These are real short.
Today, first let me say welcome back. We love and appreciate each and every one of you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here today. So, and we're glad to be able to give you guys some content that you guys enjoy. I have so many videos that I've already done that I'm waiting to upload. So, y'all be ready. I'm ahead of the game this time. So today's video is going to be on my husband. I know that a lot of you guys have been asking where is he at with the land issues. And so just let you guys know, please understand that if I know that we haven't done any videos of ourselves together. So you guys may question, and then you see me doing all this by myself. So then you guys may question, of course, where is he? But please know he's still here. We're still together. He's still around. Yes, he hasn't gone anywhere. The reason you guys haven't been seeing him at the site is because his position at his job has changed. So before he was able to have all the time to do a lot of stuff, to be with me, to help me out, for us to take care of things. So then now his position requires him there every day, all day. So now before he was like,
he has to be at work every day. He got a position now. He's got to be at work there every day, all day. He don't even get Sundays off no more.
A couple of days, a few days a week. Now he's 6 days a week at work. And the distance is very far. He doesn't get done with his shift until evening. So by that time, everything is done and handled already. But he is helping in a huge way. His help comes from behind the scenes, on the phone, with all these different people that we're having to deal with because of the land issue. So even really dealing with the people, you can imagine how that is, like attitude.
So basically he's making phone calls. We're going to start going fast through the videos because it's late. So she's saying he's making the phone calls in the background. That's what he's doing in the background. He's not there because he got to work all the time. Okay. He working all the time and he's not there. So that's why he's not there.
First of all, let me say my shout out to Stephanie from New York. Thank you for your comments. Let me tell y'all what happened. Yesterday I was there, and I just happened to be there because I had somebody clean the inside of the building out just to make it look, neat. Now, mind you, the wall is up, all's done, and I've talked to many people that
this is when they called the police on her. Okay.
Get to talk to that's got some issues with the land, but the issue isn't with me. The issue with the person who sold them the land. So I'm there. I'm just sitting there waiting for the guy to finish cleaning up inside. The next thing I know, a car pulls up. The man gets out. The police gets out. This man walks up. Excuse me for bumping my phone. He walks up all high and mighty, and the police is walking with him with their guns and stuff. All and I'm making fun of the police because my husband, he's there. But I'm like, wait. You guys can't just walk on private property without announcing who you are and what you hear.
So I'm wondering how the husband is there when she clearly told us a few minutes ago that he works 6 days a week all day. So how was he there?
The dude, he just walks on by. The police officer, he said, madam, I'm a police officer. You can see from my, I said, yes, I see that. I understand that. But still, you're walking on somebody's property. And you're just like walking to somebody's house and not announcing who you are. I said, you need to let me know why you're here. I see who you are, but why are you here? He explains that this guy is saying that I am encroaching on their land. Are you kidding me? Is whatever is that what y'all want to say? Hey, it's all good.
So that makes me think the dude's name is not on the land. It's just her name on the land. That's why he's letting her go through this, because she said, I'm encroaching on his land.
I ain't tripping. He asked me, do I have my papers? Yes, I have my papers. Well, let's go to the police station because he's about to go make a report so we can try to settle this situation. Let's go. We get to the police station. The guy there, he doesn't even have papers. I have mine. They look at it. From what I understand, they're like, oh, this land belongs to her. Okay, but whatever. But they have to go the formalities, how it has to go. So I'm there. I'm smiling, laughing, and then so it is what it is. And they're like, well, let's just to quickly fix this. We just need to get a surveyor to come in, just measure, see what's what. Surveyor, so we could go back so they can check. They're like 100 by 70, and 100 by 70 belongs to me. And like, well, maybe that 40, whatever, is part of that 100 by 70. So and then there's a road in the back of me. So tell me, how am I part of anything that doesn't belong to me? Yeah, y'all, I'm ready. Y'all ready for this to be over? So that's why I say the third to the last, because the last one would just be the final update on how it all ends. I'm very confident that it'll be over real quick. But if they take too long to get the surveyor to come in, like, it shouldn't take long at all. If I don't hear from anybody by the end of today, which is almost it, really, What's the problem? And the guy that came with the police, he's just right on top, looking down at me, seeing what we're doing over there. I tell you guys, he came like he was just almighty power something robot. I'm like, okay. I'm waiting for them to come and give all the right information because I have something to tell him. And this is all done about his power that he think he has, or that he has control over. Lord, please. Working in trying to get this whole situation handled.
All right, so that's when they got the police on her. All right. She said the husband was there, but I'm wondering why wouldn't they talk to him? But that's making me think that they don't have the land. The land is her name. Almost done.
Let me see if I can get these people that are involved.
So now this is when they're
I'm sitting back there. You can see the figures. There's about 4 of them. And so
this is the people she was arguing with, okay, at the land site. Now on this site, this day, the husband came to talk to the people. And I think this one, he almost got in a fight.
Waiting on one other party that's involved in this issue. And then waiting on the CID guy. And then we'll go and meet the, who are we meeting? Who's the person we're meeting up here? I thought the commander or somebody was coming. Oh, then hell, we're going to the sites and with the surveyor, hopefully, and let's see what's what and see what it is. So, but I'm you guys like, oh no, this is. My husband was like, oh no. The guy was like, well, if we get the independent surveyor, we need to get this.
So they were waiting for the surveyor to come. The surveyor came, but the other guy did not come. Okay, somebody else they were waiting for to come didn't come. So now they're back at home.
Rough meaning. Why so many? I don't know. Me and my husband and the guy brought the land from. And it was rough. One of the guys, it was so many guys, like I don't even understand why everybody was there, to be honest with you. I don't know.
Now she's telling you about what happened.
I mean, it was 4, 5, 6 of them. Me and my husband and the guy brought the land from. Why so many? I don't know. So anyways, so there's still one more thing. We still have to get the surveyor. We were thinking, well, I don't know what they were thinking, to be honest. Like I thought the surveyor was supposed to be today, and it wasn't today. We just got everybody together. Me and the guy I brought the land from, we all came in with our papers, but they came in with nothing. So I don't know what they thought. But it got pretty rough. Rough meaning it came to the point where the officers were saying that we need to get this independent surveyor, which is fine. And then the other guy was like, well, if we get the independent surveyor, they wanted us to pay for it. My husband was like, oh, no. So for the surveyor, this one guy got mad. He started talking, started yelling. He got up, and he stood up and was over my husband. Said, man, my husband got up and he started moving around. I jumped up, moved out the way because I know how he gets. I know how he can be. And he was being tested. I like, the go dude stood up. I don't like he's about to do something and stood over him. My husband was like, oh, no. So the dude started getting wild and angry and pushing folks around and swinging his arms like he's going to do something. They was trying to.
Okay, I'm going to stop that there. That's what I wanted y'all to hear there. That they went to try to settle this land, and then the dude they got into a big argument. Okay, and the dude almost got in a fight.
Yes, fight.
All right, and then after that, we don't see him. She's done with the whole land thing. She doesn't make any more videos about the land thing, and he doesn't say anything else. You don't see him anywhere. All right, you don't see him in this video. Let me play this while I'm talking. You don't see him anymore. All right. I think. See, he said, hold on, he's saying anything. Well, he has that video when he got into it with the land surveyors. Okay, he kind of just disappeared. He was just, I think he said, I'm just done with this, and I'm not fooling with these people, with her anymore, because you don't see him anymore. Hold on, let me play this one.
What is, right?
It's been a very long time.
Oh my goodness, they've been questioning, babe. They've been questioning.
So I barely even go on our YouTube channel, but then my wife be telling me that people be asking, where's your husband? Where's your husband? I am here.
Yes, I've been telling you guys ain't gone nowhere.
And I decided, my wife and I decided today we want to share our day with you guys. So that is what we're about to do. So seeing us in the car, we are currently about to drive to the market and then, go grab some foodstuffs. And
then they say chop it up.
We are going
See how silly she acts when he's around. She acts like a completely different person. When he's around, she's real silly.
So we'll see how
that goes.
we'll see how that goes. Anyways, well, I'm here and I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
All right, so now we're gonna
See,
talk.
we got KFC up
So-
here, y'all. KFC.
He is in this video, he comes back around. All right. She's telling him, people are complaining that they're not seeing you. They don't think we're together anymore. You know, they're doubting that we're together anymore. So, you know, I need you to come back around and show them that we are still together. Pretty much. That's pretty much what she said. So now this is her going to the market. That's them together at the market. And they're going to cook tonight. Okay. He's going to cook dinner tonight. Why she got her hair like this? Maybe that's a style over there. I don't know. But so this is what they're doing here. All right. So what I want to show you now, they're at home. Let me go back to when they get to the house. All right.
We got lots of tomatoes.
So from all this time, he's still the one cooking. All right.
We have tomatoes.
So he's still cooking the food.
We are taking it in moderation.
Now let me show you at the end because I'm tired now. I'm ready to get off here. I'm done. I want to be done talking about this chick. So let me go to 10 minutes. So he cooking because she don't know how to cook. She don't know how to cook his food. Okay, so hold on. Let me listen. We're gonna listen to this part real quick, and then we're on our last video. And we do.
I'm very happy.
Let it heat up before
all right, y'all. We almost done.
So I don't waste my oil. So after frying, I'm still going to sieve it up and then use the same oil for the main.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Okay, so you guys have been following us today on our day together, and just so you know, I'm very happy about today.
Well, before that, I'll be moving around, guys. So in case you see me moving around, we are still cooking. Basically, I am cooking, but we are cooking.
So because you're home, yeah. You guys always be seeing me by myself.
I'm always working.
Yeah.
I'm always working.
So him here and us doing this is a big treat for me because just being
so say.
Well, it's unfortunate, I'm gone most of the time because even around the Christmas season, the New Year season, I was just traveling around, like traveling.
Hardly home at all.
I come home, maybe I might spend just a night home and then
Look how sad she look. He said I spend a night home. Look how sad she look.
I'm gone again, and then I'll be gone for like a week.
Wow.
And then
He said I come home, spend one night home, and I'm gone again for a week. No, y'all, this is bad.
So I'm happy for him to be here. I'm happy that we get a chance to spend some time together. He's still around. That's it. I'm glad to have him here.
All right, so that's what I want to show y'all. That there, right there, they ain't together. For real. Now, this is the last video we're going to look at tonight because we're getting off here. This is now. We don't see them two together anymore. All right? We don't see them two together anymore. In fact, this is the last video that she's made. And this video was in May. She hasn't made any more videos. You won't see him anymore. She's on her own. And this is what she's talking about.
Hospital, doctors, psychiatrists, or anything. I don't have no degrees and nothing. I'm just here to express my own thoughts, my own feelings, my own ideas, conversations I've had with people, maybe my own experiences, and my own research. So, moving forward with that, how many of you women struggle with orgasms? I used to think that, so let me just be transparent with you guys, because, this is how I do. That's how I roll. Always transparent. And so that's me. I used to have a hard time having an orgasm. I would always fake it with somebody. I was scared to let that person know. I thought something was wrong with me. I go to the doctors, I ask questions. They tell me what they tell me, but still, because I'm the one going through it, I always thought there was something wrong with me.
So that's what Vonsetta is talking about now. Vonsetta's channel is no longer about her and Daniel. Vonsetta's channel is now about her journey through life. And one of her journeys through life now is she's talking about she is having problems with orgasms. And she says she believes that most women in America have problems with orgasm, and that's not true. That's far from the truth. It said 10% of women have never orgasmed, okay? 59% of them fake them, and 82% reach them through penetration only. Okay, so this is what Vonsetta is now doing. She's talking about her life, being alone, being a woman, and not having orgasms. She still wants us to believe, for some reason, she still wants us to believe that her and this dude is together. But like I said, we haven't seen him since when? Like, I don't know when the last time we seen him in that video with them cooking. That was, I believe, in February. Yeah, February was the last time we seen him on any video on that channel. And now, what is this? July, getting ready to be August. And the last video she made was this video, and it was in February. So I guess it's fair to say that the life of a passport granny is not what they make it out to be. I guess it's fair to say that. So we're going to run through these comments. I'm going to try to. Oh, it's a lot. And I think it's just something you shouldn't engage in. I guess it's fair to say that Vonsetta was a passport granny and it didn't work out too well for her. What makes her think that she can change by talking on YouTube? Sex is her whole problem. It sure is. How about getting with a mature man that's know how to thank you? What if he knew don't get you off? Is that your story now, lady? Sit down. Yep, that's her story now. That's what she's promoting now. A 60-year-old talking about orgasms. What in the world? Now she's a sex therapist. Yes. Now she's the new, yes. Yes, to all these ladies who are, because see, remember there's a group of women that this has happened to, that the man has gone, the man doesn't come home anymore. So they need somebody, they need to gather together, and they're going to gather together with these people. And how does this topic help her with the land? It sounds like, y'all, she done with that. I think she just let that go. I'm serious. She kept saying, I'm letting it go. I'm not going back to court. So what does that mean? My stomach turned hearing her say that. She's no videos for 2 months. Hope she's alive and well. No, nothing. What in the heck? No, I haven't heard anything. Nothing. And I'll be on her channel faithfully. Nothing. This lady had a sad, rough life in the U.S. She is having the same type of life in Ghana. Yep. Because what did Alan Watts say? That's what he said. You don't have nothing here. You're nothing here. You're going to be nothing there. He didn't say it like that. I'm paraphrasing. But right. We don't even know what happened to her. I hope she's okay too. We don't know what happened to her. Just like Vin Man with his wife and children. Exactly. Exactly. I would bet of her, I would be out of there if I were her, accept defeat and retreat. They don't like to accept defeat and retreat. They want to stay. Lonely heart syndrome is a real thing. Many pass from it. It's so sad. It is. I read about it. Working them young chicks. Yep. He's barely around. No, right. He's barely around. Always, yep. That's what they were saying in the comment section. So, yep, y'all, this did not, being a passport granny did not work out well for Vonsetta. How sure are we that she has biological children? She doesn't like sex. She doesn't want children with Mr. And her features are very strong. Is this a woman? I'm just saying. We don't know. We don't know. Honey, we don't know. I thought she looked strong too. And he said she was strong, remember? He said he wrestled with her like that because she's really strong. So I don't know. I am here. I just been tied up with other grannies scamming. Best thing she can do for herself is go back to the U.S., respect herself, and build herself back up. Leave the grandson behind in Ghana. Yep. Yep, she don't have any money now. She's low on money. That's why she's living in that house with them. Why so many? That's why she's living in his family's house. And like you said, she's going to be doing everything. If disinterested was a person, He looked like he would possibly, he could possibly care less. He hiding something, looking sneaky. Yeah, he is. People sitting back. He's always cutting you off in the video. She should know and measure space, counting her footsteps. Why are you doing all the talking? What exactly? That's what I kept saying. Where's your husband when all this was going on? She is making fun of the police. Where does she think she is? Exactly. Clearly, she is unaware what could just they could just lock her up. She has papers but no money. Exactly. Good point. Exactly. This nut is challenging the police like they can't come for exactly. Phony confrontation. Exactly. She's asking to be unalived. Mercy, police always become part of I got you. Yeah. All right. African goddess, how is she still alive? Too naive. How has she never been to this workplace? Exactly. And he's there 24 hours. He just comes for you to do your wifely duties. He does once a month, once a week. Did she just say she didn't get in my, he didn't, did she just say don't get in my video? I don't know. Did she? Your husband knows people. You're right. He doesn't have connections, lady. Wake up. No, he doesn't. He's too young. That's why the man stood over him like that. Because the man doesn't respect him because he's a kid. And the man is like, well, a young man. The man, he stood over him, was probably like, the only reason you out here even talking is because this lady got some money. This lady is paying for this. You ain't paying for nothing. That's why he stood over him like that. That juju is working her as planned for sure. Yep, and she don't even know it. Your in-laws are the people. She confused by design. All right, she wouldn't make it out without her life. Someone needs to turn her on to the fate that other sisters have met. She should know. We don't know. We're going to keep looking at her channel. Steph said, what's so perplexing to me, laws vary from state to state, but somehow they think laws, thank you, they extend to another country. Exactly. What in the world is she building walls at her age? Miss Greg, I don't think she was building a wall. I hope she was. I hope she wasn't building the daggone wall. When we start crying and begging on YouTube for money, yep. Time for her to get back to the U.S. The family won that one. Now on with the next money grab. Yep. Why do they expect business practices? I don't know. It's the family affair. The scheme is so apparent here. All right. Maybe the lawyer is the husband's wife. Thinking she can do a better job than a licensed professional. How egotistical. And that's why she ended up with nothing. All right, we're going to stop there. We've been on here for some hours. I am completely exhausted. But I'm glad we got Vonsetta out because you see, this passport granny story did not end so well. Get out, lady. Work on yourself. Get what you have left and leave. Thank you, Kim. Please, just leave. Go back. Yep, just go back. Yep, thank everybody for joining us because I know this was a long one and yesterday was a long one. So y'all are some wonderful people for sitting through this with me. All right. So next week we're going to be on Kenza Wish She Was a Babe. We're going to be on her. And then she'll be the last passport granny that we will talk about. And then we're moving on to the next. There was an interesting subject that came up about, well, I'm going to surprise y'all about that. All right. So look, I'm about to get off of here. Thank y'all again, Stephanie and everybody else who's places and spaces, Edra, all y'all. Thank y'all for helping me tonight because wonderful, everybody. Thank you so much because I know this is a lot to be on here, especially hours like this. So we're going to get off here and we'll be back. And thank y'all so much. And remember, being a passport granny does not pay. It does not pay. As you see, she thought she was emasculating him, but look what happened to her in the end. This lady lost every which way but loose. And now she's talking about she has no money. And if you want to donate some money to her, please feel free to do so. Yeah, going to Africa with bad intentions does not end well. Oh, thank you, Jam Jars. Thank you. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. All right, I'll be seeing y'all soon. Be safe out there. I love y'all. Talk to you later.